All right, welcome in. Today we have a playtest of DC20. I'm really excited. We're actually going to be running the playtest adventure that was put out with the alpha. Of course, if you're watching the YouTube video, we'll have this all linked down below. But keep in mind, this is going to be entirely a playtest, so we will absolutely get confused on some rules, and we'll have to look and read some stuff. But overall, I think it's going to be a absolute blast. And so join in. And I'm playing this exactly how it was written. And so we started off by actually having our guys here come up with their own team name, which I'll admit almost made us have to postpone this till next week because team names are difficult. But you are looking at the Void Walk. And the next part of the adventure that they had to come up with was actually a beast that they would be hunting. And this actually came out really neat. They came up with the Aurorix. That is a glowing, shifting mass of decayed flesh that can shift its appearance into most anything that it wants. It's dangerous because it does necrotic damage, and it smells awful and has noxious fumes. So they actually just came up with that on the spur. That was really cool. So with that said, let us begin playing DC20. So, the city of Wildfang is located at the center of the realm and is populated by warriors, hunters, and sages who protect the surrounding kingdoms by slaying dangerous beasts. The city is run by a hunters guild known as the Bloodsworn. Now, the Bloodsworn have an elite task force known as the Reapers, but you are a lowly adventuring party trying to work your way up through the ranks, one contract at a time. The more dangerous the monster you slay, the more ranking and pay you get. So what will you hunt next? And we know that today you will be hunting the Aurorix. So before we dive too far in, something that you would know is that as you've kind of been moving around and going on these hunts, you've actually made an enemy of a rival adventuring party known as the Edgelords. This is why I said it was funny you said that earlier, Emperor. That there is a rival adventuring party named the Edgelords, and their leader goes by Raven. Now, they're angry at you. So the next question I have for you is, why do they dislike you? What have you done to them? Anyone can chime in. What have you done to them?
We stole their chicks.
They're jealous of my fashion sense.
Okay, they hate your fashion sense, and they stole you stole their chicks.
We stole their chicks.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
Okay.
stole their britches, but
Okay, you stole their pants. You stole chicks. Are we saying they're ladies?
Yeah.
It should be noted, Raven is a female, the leader.
Wait, who's Raven?
The leader of the Edgelords.
Oh. Do we have any girls on our team?
Nope.
Negative.
We stole everybody else's chicks.
We stole everybody else's chicks, and you stole their pants. I like that one too. I'm assuming in some form of prank.
And I'm still edgier than they are.
Absolutely. All right. So as your day begins, you all make your way down to the Bloodsworn bounty board and start looking for a contract that interests you. You find the perfect contract. You grab it off the wall, and your contract is to go find and slay the Aurorix. So, you take the contract to the guild hall, and there is a training ground there with all kinds of equipment and armor, training dummies, guards, livestock, and more, right? And across the room at the check-in station where adventurers go to get their contracts approved by former Reapers, there are former Reapers there that have grown too old to be adventurers anymore. And so they're, a little bit grumpy anyway. But you see behind the desk there, behind this kind of wooden table, a grizzled man with a wrinkled face and gray slick back hair. You walk up and you hand him the contract and you step back. You know that in order to get your contract approved, you must impress them enough to prove yourself. And so you walk up and you bring the contract up, and you see this older Reaper there, and as you walk up, he says, "Nah, let's see what we got here. You are The Void Walk, eh? And who's the leader
that's
of
correct.
this ship here?
I mean,
And so is
I guess I can stand up for us at the moment.
nah. Shiny armor means nothing when you get put in the face of a beast. All right.
'Tis true.
He says, and let's start right here. So as he looks across the table, he's kind of sat down at this table. He's got a grumpy face on. What does he see as he sees you all standing in front of him from left to right? And we'll start from my left to right. We'll start with Blocker, with your character, Dagar.
Dagar, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just sees a hooded figure, just a full, kind of brown beard with some red mixed in and stuff. Looks fairly young, but older than a lot of the recruits that he's probably seen. Just kind of in the corner, fairly toned dude, just ready to go, but being very discreet about how he moves and watches everyone.
Okay. And I'm going to throw it to Ian here, but we should also chime in and let you guys know that Ian is a last-minute fill-in, and he just got handed a character sheet. So,
Yeah,
Ian, with that in mind, what's he see when he looks at Bruce?
He looks at Bruce. He's obviously he's a barbarian, so he's not wearing shiny armor. He's wearing no armor, right? So he's a big, bulky guy, beard, long beard. Pretty well kept up, though. I mean, he's not like a maniac or nothing, but he does have the Void Walker logo branded over his heart, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's scarred into his chest right there. And then he likes to. He's very hairy, and so he likes to shave different symbols into his hair before he goes out on a job, and they're not ever menacing or anything. They're just silly stuff.
Doodles.
Right? Just doodles, just whatever tickles his fancy at the time. And so he's probably got I don't know, the symbol of his favorite childhood comic book that he used to read back in the day. Just kind of on the right side of his chest right now, just shaved in. Nothing permanent.
Amazing.
No tattoos or nothing. He's because he's got a day job too, right? He can't show up to his day job just tatted up like crazy. He's got to be He's got to look respectable when he goes into the office to do his accounting work. You know what I mean? Nobody would trust an accountant with blood tattooed all over him, right? So he's got to be, he's got to look the part Monday to Friday. So
I'm seeing Mr. Incredible in a cubicle.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
Sort of.
that's your accounting job.
A little buffer, not as flabby as Mr. because he's still moonlighting as a barbarian for the Void Walk. You know what I mean? So he's got to stay at least, at least able to keep up with the crew here a little bit. I mean, his cardio's not great because he mostly does legs and biceps, but he looks like a Greek god. So
now you did just kind of hit on something here. In DC20, you can play anything, and so in fact, Bruce is an intelligence-based barbarian, and so we're gonna get today to see how that plays out, because you get whatever your biggest stat is becomes your prime modifier in DC20, and your prime modifier is what you use for attack rolls and spell checks. And so you can be an intelligence barbarian, or you can be a agility based sorcerer, right? So those are all there, and you can kind of flavor them out however you want. So I'm kind of excited to see how Bruce plays this. But moving on down the line, Seth, you are playing Deacon.
Yes.
What's he see when he sees Deacon walk and talk to him?
So Deacon is an older human. not too old, but old enough that he's got a little bit of a gray stubble, kind of like the proverbial 5 o'clock shadow. He has heavy armor on, kind of a plate mail or plate and ring mail combination, as well as a round shield. And then you see he also has a flail kind of hanging off of his belt, with a big steel head with a couple different grooves in it. But even though he looks like, honestly, he's the the Mr. Universe to Ian's Mr. Incredible. So he's as big and tall and buff.
Love it.
But just he's just got the armor, but with the kind of like the priestly banner over the front of it, and looks like he's maybe had been a soldier at one point, but then is kind of like taken to the cleric life at this point. So
okay, all right, and in stark contrast to you two, on the far end we have Nihilin. So Emperor, what do we see when we look at Nihilin?
You see a 5'10", emaciated figure, very skeletal looking, dressed all in flowing black robes. Has a white helmet with some gems that run down to the bridge of his nose, and some red markings that run through both of his eyes. The only flesh you can see is the tip of his nose, which looks like it's been run through. It's been just butchered into a million pieces and then stitched back together.
Okay. All right, and so something I probably should have done as well, for video purposes and everything else. Let us know what class you're playing, and what your primary stat is. So I'm going to go in reverse now. Nihilin, what is your class and your main stat?
Let me get the tab up. I am I'm a sorcerer, and main stat is intel.
Okay, all right, makes sense. All right, what about Deacon?
Deacon is a Protector Cleric. His main stat is intellect, but is closely followed by might. So
okay, very nice. All right, and we kind of talked about Bruce a little bit before, but you want to tell us about Bruce?
Yeah, he's a barbarian, and I guess his main stat is also intellect.
We are a brilliant party here.
Brilliant.
What about Dagar? How's that the name I'm messing up?
It's the only simple one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a rogue with primary stat is agility. With charisma, close following, and intelligence is in the toilet.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? You only need 3 intelligent people in the party. That's fine.
That's right.
Absolutely. Okay.
I can talk my way out. I don't have to be smart.
Yeah, exactly. At least there is some charisma there. That's good. All right, so that's what Eugene sees as he looks out, and I mean, you walk up as a big burly party, right? You got the big dude, you got the creepy dude, you got the sly guy, but Eugene does this all day. Like, you guys are run of the mill for him, right? And he's got some heft to him too. You can tell this dude has seen some things, and so he looks at you and says, "So then, what makes you think that you're capable of taking on the Aurorics? I can't just send any group in there to die, it looks bad on us. Why don't you show me what you're capable of?" And so you see as he kind of gestures just kind of to the side, and he points at some of the training dummies, and you see that there's these wooden training dummies and stuff over there. There's, all kinds of stuff in this area. There's a lot of sparring areas, and so we get to move in to a skill challenge, right? And so this is a skill challenge. This is written into the adventure, and so basically what's going to happen is you're each going to tell me what you're going to do to impress the Warden of the Bloodsworn, and each you'll get 1 chance to make a skill check to beat the DC. And the better the group does, the more rewards you get. And so now that we're standing here, and he's kind of like, you got to prove yourself. Show me what you got, right? He points over, shows you guys what's all here. You've heard the rumors. You know that the Bloodsworn are pretty serious guys. What are you guys gonna do?
That's awesome, man. Hey, why don't you watch on the Xbox for a little bit? Question. I have a question.
Yes.
So you say skill check.
Yes.
I know what that means in D&D terms. What does that mean here? What am I?
Okay.
Like this, I'm coming up with.
Yeah. So you are, however you would show your ability, right? You're gonna go over to one of the training dummies and just annihilate it. You're gonna grab a goat and throw it as like whatever you want to do, and then I will give you. Okay, that's gonna be a might check, unless you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this in this way. Or I'm sorry, it would be a individual like an athletics or an acrobatics,
cool.
right?
All right, cool,
And
cool.
so it kind of still works the same way.
Great.
However, if there are any repetitions, like two people try to do the same check, the second person does it with disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. Oh no, stop.
So we'll yeah, go ahead. If you got an idea what you're gonna do.
Well, I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. I just gotta know where to do it. Like you said, there's all kinds of dummies and stuff sitting around, or like.
Yeah. So there's dummies sitting around. There's livestock. There's like a sparring ground.
Livestock.
There's livestock around, right? I mean, there's equipment, armor. There's swords. There's blades there. Like whatever you want.
Can I go milk a cow? I'm just kidding. Does he have like a desk?
I thought Bruce was gonna throw the cow.
Yeah. He's sitting at a table, like a pretty rough wooden table, and he's got, you can tell he's got some papers and stuff on there.
Okay. Yeah. So Bruce is just gonna stand up and then just hammer his fist down on the desk, and just like.
Okay.
And it says when I make an attack check against inanimate object, you automatically score a critical hit. So
that is true. Yes, that is a barbarian. That is true. So
I just smashed just kind of like not punch down, but just hammer fist down.
Okay, so explain to me how you just.
Yeah.
So you just show me what you got, and you just first thing you just crush his table in two.
Yeah, I kind of laughed. I was like, haha. And I just split it in two.
Absolutely. And as you come just barreling down with your fist, you crash into this table, and you see as it like immediately splits down the middle, splinters fly everywhere. Eugene like falls back in his chair as this erupts, and he looks up, I mean, amazed. A critical success. You score 2 success points for your group. All right. Who's up next?
Does somebody want to smash his chair?
And so Eugene, like, he stands up and he dusts himself off, and he's like, "So you got one strong guy. What about the rest of you?"
Mike's muted. Xbox.
So I'll step up and go over to the well, I'll just step up next to him, and since I'm not necessarily going to be hitting anything,
I can break his stuff. Bold move.
I'm not going to break his stuff, but I am going to like take my flail, and I'm going to like whip it around in a very kind of like like impressive pattern, and then I'm gonna like bang it against my shield, and I'm gonna like yell at his roar into his face, roar. I'm gonna intimidate him.
Nice. Okay. All right. Give me intimidation.
All right. Now what? Now hold on a second.
Eh?
What are we?
Like the Ninja Turtles whenever he's doing the nunchucks.
So it's just whatever we roll plus our
you should
skill,
have
right.
Hey, see me.
Yeah, you should have like your attribute in that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Cool. That would be a 14.
14. 14 just succeeds. Excellent. All right. All right. Nahylin or Dagar, what do you guys want?
So I was thinking, I'm gonna spring into like some backwards like flips towards the dummy and just like start doing flips around this thing like death by 1,000 cuts, just showing off the acrobatics.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So go and give me that acrobatics check.
So that'll be 26.
Nice.
26. Nice. Okay, so this is going to bring up something interesting.
Was that a natural
I'm going to
20?
tell you the DC because this is a neat part of DC20 here. The DC for this is 12, right? And anytime you beat the DC or the physical defense, mental defense of something by 5, it goes up 1. And so you beat the DC of 12 by 3. And so you have scored an additional 3 success points for your group with that.
Dick.
Yeah, and so the same thing in combat. If you beat someone's physical defense, which is they're almost like their armor class, if you break their physical defense by a multitude of 5, it goes up 1 point of damage for each multiple. So, yeah, nice. Okay, and
it's considered a heavy or a brutal.
Yeah, heavy or brutal. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Nahylin. And so, yeah, at this point, you see your guys kind of going off and showing their skills. What does Nahylin do?
Nahylon's going to take a little different tack. Black energy is going to start seeping out of his eye sockets, and he's going to approach another one of the dummies, and he's going to analyze it for weak spots.
Okay. All right, and so you are going to analyze it, check it out. How are you going to show this to Eugene?
After studying the test dummy for a little bit, I start pointing out wood's weak over here. You just have to hit it with a single swipe, and that'll break here. Over here is frayed, about ready to put a hole in there. Details like that.
Okay. All right. All right. Give me an investigation.
11 or 10. Sorry.
10. Okay. So that one does fail, but it doesn't have any negative effects. And so, yeah, the scene breaks out in front of Eugene. Eugene's like, show me what you got. I want to make sure you're not going to die. And immediately, like before he fully gets the words out of his mouth, Bruce just brings his fist down, just destroys the table as it splinters away. And as he's like kind of getting to his feet, he sees as Deacon starts swinging his flail and just showing this amazing skill. And at the same time, Dagar begins flipping and swiping around. And then like over here, he starts hearing the analysis of this dummy going on, which in the midst of everything is just a lot. And he's like, all right, settle down. Goodness. You're good. Got some stuff for you, all right? Help you take down the Aurorix. Get out of here, right? And so the rewards you get for such an impressive skill challenge is you all get each get given 1 individual healing potion.
Nice.
And then you get given 2 vials of invisibility potion.
Each or as a party?
No, you as a party you get 2 invisibility potions, and each of you individually get 1 healing potion apiece.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And so he hands this out to you all, and you can kind of talk about who has the invisibility potion. But as he hands this out, he says, Okay, now for this area, you see, you really got to watch out for the Krasis and the wobbly gobblers, all right? They've been spotted in the same area. Try not to make too much noise, you hear? That whole crushing my table thing, don't do that. That can lead you into some bad situations, all right? You make a lot of noise out there. But both them creatures, they use echolocations to see real good. You got it? They're quite dangerous. You see this right here, this left eye? That's what this is from a wobbly gobbler, all right? They're nasty, nasty beasts. Anyway, they kill you for sure, but don't you worry about that. You'll just have the Aurorix. You should be fine. All right. Good luck. Go and get your stuff together, and we'll have a cart ready to take you out to where you're headed. All right.
So, I'll take the 2 vials and I'll say, considering I'm a little less stealthy, I wouldn't mind taking one of these, but who else wants the other one?
As you're actually holding that up, Deacon, you hear a shuffling of feet come up behind you, and give me
Awareness?
give me an awareness check.
Okay. That would be a 24.
Excellent. And so, as you're like holding it out, seeing who wants this vial of potion, you hear a shuffling of feet, and you hear a familiar tone walk up behind you as it begins to speak. And you immediately just pull the vial back in, knowing what's coming, as you see a small ringed hand reach across and try to grab the potion from your hand. And he says, "Hey there. That looks like our potion and our contract. Why don't you hand it on over?" And you recognize
so.
Gruff, who is a member of the Edgelords, the party that you stole the pants off of.
Gruff, it says no shoes, no pants, no service. You're not supposed to be in here.
All right, we got pants on. Look at us.
I'd really rather not.
Just quick flick of the wrist.
That was real dirty what you did to us back there. Back there at Winchell, like that was dirty. All right, leave a man with no pants in the snow.
Well, you left him out on the line to dry. What do you expect?
You should be ashamed of yourself, treating us like that. And then you hear, "Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself," as his younger brother Buff walks out from kind of around a corner, and you see as he has food in each hand.
His name is Buff.
Buff, yeah, it's Gruff and Buff.
Gruff and Buff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
I'm gonna look to Raven. Is Raven there?
Raven is not there at the moment.
Okay.
At this moment, it's just Gruff and Buff here.
Okay. I'll say, look, fellas, we already got the contract. It's already been approved.
That's our contract.
So it doesn't matter.
Eugene can sign it over. Don't worry.
Well, he's not gonna do that.
I'll cast
Eugene.
minor illusion
He doesn't.
on.
He doesn't have a
this,
desk
I'm
to
out of
sign
this.
it. I'll be like, he doesn't have a desk to sign it on it anymore. So
Hey, Eugene, what happened to your desk? Ask him, the shirtless one.
I just held my fist up like that. Same thing that happened to your pants, Gruff.
Yeah,
I'm going
that's
to cast
dirty.
minor illusion on on Buff. I think
Okay. All right, what are you doing?
I'm going to make it look like he's bleeding out of his eye sockets.
Oh. Okay. Gruff's like, yeah, there's no way you can take down the Elro. Buff, what's happening to you? And Buff's like, what? As he tries to put his food in one hand so that he can start to feel, and as he's wiping away, he doesn't see anything, but Gruff is freaking out. Yeah, your eyes, they're bleeding out your eye sockets. They're coming out. Oh, and he starts to cry. As he's starting to kind of freak out a little bit. And at this point, you all see a familiar woman walk out. You recognize her as Raven as she kind of comes back from the tent that Buff just left. And she walks out and she says, "Boys, that's enough. Leave these. Let them go. If they want to hunt down and die, they can." And you see she's all dressed in black. She has her crossbow on her back. She has kind of long black straight hair. And she has that kind of doesn't care vibe. If anyone broke her heart, it was probably Nahilan, right? That's the tone she's giving you.
I go, "Hey, Raven," and I like turn sideways so she can see. Like I kind of profile for her, like Mr. Universe. I'm like, "You recognize these pants? I didn't realize you were quite as cheeked up as I was." And I smack my butt. So I'm wearing your pants, get it? These are your pants.
That's our
Yes.
equivalent of buff.
That was
Yeah. Cheeked up means
quite clever.
buff. You don't skip leg day.
Yeah. I got that. I did.
Yeah.
Gruff,
No, that was for
buff.
the
Let us
Deacon
go.
rolls his
That was-
eyes.
that was for the Highland.
I say,
All right.
if you don't mind, we're going to head to complete our contract. Good luck, Raven.
Oh, your contract. Yes. Well, you do enjoy that, and truly, we wish you the best of luck.
Oh, don't you worry.
Gruff, Buff, let's find Shadow and get out of here.
Shadow?
Yeah.
What? Shadow here? There's another shadow guy.
Indeed. And as Gruff turns to walk away, he says, "Hey, we'll be seeing you, all right?" Nah.
Not if we see you first.
If you,
You won't see it.
no, I'll still see, even if you see me first, I'll still see you. You see, I didn't say I'd see you first. Gruff, come on. And they turn and walk away, and Buff is still like wiping his face at this point. Is there something on me? As he's trying to figure out why everybody's looking at him. And they turn and they walk away, leaving you guys there to wait on your wagon. Right.
I look
As you
over
walk
at the Highland. I look over to Highland and I say, "These aren't really her pants, the Highland. They're not really
One sec.
hers. These are mine."
She's better.
Bruce, I'm pretty sure everyone knew they weren't her pants. She's like a third your size.
I know, but
I'll be right back. I just need to use the wash.
they are stretchy. They're stretchy pants, but
Well, fair enough.
they're better. They're better for
shall we?
running in.
Anyone need anything before we leave?
Yeah, we need to figure out who's going to take those invisibility potions.
Well, right now I have them safely in my pocket here, but I'm happy to distribute. Like I said, if we're trying to be stealthy, it would be a boon to myself, as this armor is not the quietest. So any advantage that I might get would be a benefit to us all.
Agreed.
And as you guys sort that out, I'm going to step away for just a second, and we'll pick back up in just a moment.
Bruce is like, "I worked too hard on the shave job this morning to hide it."
I
I'll
can
stay
tell it's one of your better ones.
Yeah.
I especially like the shading right here.
Yes. Yeah.
I can tell there's the
Yeah.
different levels of cut, of trim in
Yeah, I've got a
Right.
special razor for that.
It's got a
Special
guard
razor.
on
It's
it.
just- it kind of thins the hair. Doesn't
Nice.
cut
Nice.
it clean off, so it allows me to shade and really give it some texture.
It looks good. It's one of your better pieces.
Yeah, some razzmatazz on there with it, So.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
The
Yep, I'm glad you.
the
appreciate
brand
it.
looks like it's healed quite nicely.
Oh yeah, no, that's been good for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it bubbled up too much and just disfigured.
It didn't bubble up too much. It was painful in the moment, but I mean,
Also step away for a minute.
you got to represent the Void Walk. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm thinking after this.
I just decided to put it on my shield as opposed
mission,
to.
I say we all get branded up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I put it right here on my shield, so it's fine.
Oh.
You see it emblazoned. It's like a round shield. Well, I mean, things happen. It hurts people when I throw it. Typically it bounces right back to me.
I pull up my toolkit. It's on there.
Yeah, it's right there, like on your little.
Like my kit of like lockpicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Pull up my shield. I'm like, I've got a shield too, but I typically don't throw my shield.
That's okay.
I just use it to block stuff.
I typically do the same. I don't throw it very often, but in certain circumstances, it's quite handy.
I've seen you use it before, so yeah. I mean, I know that it's.
Well, yes, of course.
It's pretty deadly in the right circumstances.
Now he just needs to get that the bouncing part down.
It's coming along. It's coming along. 50-50 at this point. So, I have a special set of trees that I can bounce it off one, bounce it off the other, and get it back to me. So.
Bruce comes over and stands next to you, looks out at like all the targets out there, and he points out. He says, hit that one out there real fast. Throw it at that one out there.
Well, how far away are we talking? I actually don't. I have to look at the rules here to see how far I can throw.
I don't know. It's maybe 15, 20 feet. I don't know.
Let's
15
see.
feet. Throw it out there.
You know what? Now's a good time to look up the throne rules. Throwing things. For those of you just joining us or skipping ahead, we are doing a DC20 Alpha 0.4 actual play. So this is not 5e. But we were testing it out. We're super excited. It's by the Dungeon Coach. And yeah. We've been waiting for this. Can't wait to try it again when we get an update too.
Get some backgrounds and ancestries.
Yes, for sure.
Interesting.
Okay. A weapon that can be used to make a ranged attack has a ranged shown in the parentheses. Let's see. The first number in parentheses is the normal range. Okay, you know what? So I think
that's good to know.
yes.
I have throwing darts.
Yes, that is key. So I think actually my shield, that number that Heels was looking at earlier, is actually the range. So throwing it, I think, is only 3 to 5 for the shield.
3 to 5.
And squares, essentially. Because like our DC20, the base movement speed for everyone is 4 squares. So.
There we go.
So essentially, I think I can throw it 3. So, maybe the equivalent of 15 feet. I'm not sure what each is supposed to be. And I know that the shield itself does 2 damage when I hit with it. So I'm assuming it probably does 2 damage then as well. So.
Noise.
That's what we're going to go with until we get some clarification on that.
So is the parentheses is what the short and long range?
Correct.
Okay.
So what's your throwing knives?
The throwing, it's 5 and 15.
Okay. I mean, a shield is a lot bigger than a throwing knife, so that kind of makes sense that 15. If they're 5 feet increments, then 15 to 25 feet is the kind of the range on it. So
yeah, if you want any power and accuracy.
Right, exactly. And the 5, so it's 3/5. So the 5 is actually with 4 or 5 is with disadvantage. So
yeah, because this is 5/15 for the dark.
Yeah, because like a short bow is like range 20 and 60. So it just says spaces.
Yeah.
So far, since we're kind of at a pause for a moment. Oh, and he's back.
I'm back.
Speaking of,
You're good.
Did you hear our range discussion?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually it makes sense. So yes, in DC20, it's not measured in feet or meters or anything like that. It's measured in spaces. So makes things real simple.
What a ridiculous unit of measurement.
Yeah, spaces.
Spaces.
So you're
I know.
saying everything's
I
measured
like
in
counting by
Final
5s
Frontier.
every time I take a step. But yeah, so that makes sense. So I'm with you. I think we'll just say that the damage is 2. I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
and then
that's what I thought.
3 normal, 5 spaces with disadvantage.
Yep.
How many?
And 4 you can't do at all, right? So no.
How many foot-long glizzes is a space?
What? So I'm still thinking of the spaces as being 5 feet, but I'm just measuring them in spaces. Like I can walk 4 spaces instead of 30 feet.
Typically has nothing in here typically has a different type of measurement. So
How many skibbity toilets can fit in a space?
I don't know, but so apparently we all have one. Apparently we can all do at least 3 Final Frontiers of movement.
Final Frontier.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've gone outside.
Yep. And so
are kind of
you
wandering.
You were told that there'd be a wagon along to pick you up and take you to at least the known area where you can find the Aurorix. And as you walk out, you find the wagon there ran by yet another retired Reaper, very similar age and build to Eugene, who you met earlier.
Hail, friend.
Good day. It's you hoping in. And would you get you down to where you're headed? Looks like you're hunting an Aurorix. Have some fun, beast.
That we are.
And don't be fooled if it looks like a cuddly bunny or something. You tear your face off.
Absolutely. We'll be wary.
So please do, all right? It's not a laughing matter. My great uncle's cousin, lost his whole left ear, whole thing. As to an Aurorix. Anyway, perhaps we should move on. Are you ready?
So we'll kind of pile into the wagon here and.
Did you get everything you need? You say hello, maybe goodbye to loved ones. It's never a bad time.
Loved ones are for the living.
Oh dear.
Oh, another dead guy. We got another dead character here.
Yeah, so I suppose you can love even in death, perhaps.
He likes to pretend like he's dead. He's really alive. Don't worry.
Understood. Oh, all right. Well,
just don't let him around any graveyards.
And graveyards.
He gets really
We are
excited.
going through a graveyard, in fact, but is that a problem?
Just warn us so that we can make sure he doesn't jump out.
We'll tie him down.
All right.
He's always looking for love.
In all the wrong places, it seems. All right.
Yep.
And so you leave the city in the back of this blood-sworn caravan set to take you to your destination. You see, autumn skies, the yellow and red, create this orange glow on the horizon as you travel down this dirt road. And as you travel for several hours, this gentleman that's kind of leading your carriage, he speaks to you off and on again, kind of pointing out things, telling tales of things that happen in this woods and in this forest. And finally you arrive and he says, "All right, friends, this is your spot." And you all get out. You climb out of this area, and he drops you off at these kind of ruins, and it's just kind of in this area. And he says, "There's been sightings in this area, so if you would just keep your eye out around here, this is probably the best place." And as you know, a Bloodsworn caravan will be back when you have what you came for. Within a few hours, anyway.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you for bringing us
Sounds
out.
good.
Absolutely. Okay. And so as you all get out, use your trained hunting skill. So who would be the tracker here that would be the most naturey?
Not it.
I have a decent understanding of nature.
Is that
I'm not
honor
I'm not
sheet
like a
or is that just
survivalist
general?
necessarily, but actually, I mean, I'm decent at that too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say Bruce was a Boy Scout growing up.
Excellent. So you
He
guys
probably
know
only
your
made it to
way.
like star though, so
Yeah.
just didn't have the follow through when he was younger.
That makes sense. Yeah, he needed that extra boost in confidence to get there. And so you all get out and you use your trained hunting skills, and you follow some tracks that kind of lead you deeper into this large ruin, and all around you see just some sorts of ruins, block walls, some standing 6-7 feet tall, but mostly crumbled and broken around. And you see in almost the central area of the ruins a I don't know, cluster of bloody dead animals, just bloody and unmoving. What do you do?
In the middle of the ruins?
Yeah. In fact, I actually have a map for you.
Now you say ruins or runes?
Ruins. All right,
Okay.
ruins. Don't worry, I got you.
Because like dead bloody animals in the middle of runes means something totally different. Dead bloody animals in the middle of ruins. Like nice.
All right.
Most
Oh.
impressive.
Gotta add the names back in.
Yeah, you have to add your names back in. There you go.
oh, I did do that.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I added your name earlier. Oh goodness, that was quite a name. Looked like a Discord link.
There we go.
How do you type? How do you data?
Hit the T's and then just start typing.
Just anywhere?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't think it works.
It looks like it.
Oh, did it?
Oh, hold on. I did it on you, accidentally. So,
Did you guys get it?
hold on. I think you and I accidentally did on the wrong people.
Wait, what? Which one? What?
Yours is done. It's up top there. The guy with no
Oh,
armor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you.
Cool. Yeah,
The
Bruce
beard
is
and the
gonna
ponytail.
approach the pile of Archi, I think is the plural, for the killed animals here.
Mhm. Okay.
And sniff it. He's gonna check.
I'll make
and
an
see how
I'll make an
old-
awareness
see, like,
check.
how
I'll make an
old-
awareness
see, like,
check.
how old, like if they're like recently dead or like super dead, right?
Okay.
Like, is the blood still warm? Is it still stinky, or is
Give
it,
me-
you know?
Give me an investigation check. And go and give me that awareness check, Deacon.
Perfect.
Thanks for the heads up, Anika. Now you are.
Where do you? Oh no! Why is
Oh,
that
no.
button even there?
I got a natural 20
Hold on
with a
sec.
plus
Ooh.
5.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. Where do I roll the dice out on this thing?
If you hit there's a DD dice button up in the top left. If you have the stream open, I have it pulled up now.
I have to activate the dice? What?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I see the same thing.
Okay, I'll turn the other one on then. That one was fancier, but who needs fancy? We just need
And
it
I
to
can
roll.
log in, I guess, with Discord, but...
Nah, you're good. Go and click that dice button.
All right, I'll make that window.
And so am I rolling a 20? Is that...
Yep. Be a D20 plus whatever you have in investigation.
I roll an 18 plus...
Oh, nice.
I investigated plus 5.
Okay, excellent. So, so with a was it 23? You go and begin to investigate these dead animals, and you quickly recognize them. They are bounders, which you know are they're like kangaroo-like animals that are used for transportation. They're like individual transportation, sort of like we would use a horse. Then they are used by Bloodsworn. Actually, to move around, and looking at them, they are quite fresh.
This is fresh.
Blood's still warm, and at the same time that you are investigating, Deacon is kind of here with his head on a swivel. And Deacon, you notice immediately, coming from the northeast of where the bodies are laying, you see what looks like a bounder moving. However, it is bloody and mangled, and you immediately start to get the whiff and the smell of rotting flesh. And as it's walking slower with a almost it's still on 4 feet, but it has kind of a light footing with its front paws, and it has almost a hop as it moves forward very slowly. But you are fairly sure that this is an Aurorex that is imitating the creatures it just killed.
All right. Look sharp, crew. That is not a bounder. It is most likely the Aurorex that we have come seeking.
Now, this is actually intended to be another skill challenge. So this is a combat skill challenge. And so Deacon has now spotted, and he sees the Aurorex coming, again, imitating a bounder as it moves. But you can all, as you begin to look up and see it, you start to notice the smell as it's starting to hit you. And you're honestly getting a little bit sick to your stomach at the smell of just putrid, rotting flesh. But it also has a sour smell to it that you can it almost feels like it's infecting your bloodstream as you smell it. Now you know that your mission is to return it alive.
All right.
You have been given a special cage to keep it in that should protect you from its scent. It is a magically infused cage. However, the cage is about half the size of its current form.
How big is the cage?
Right now, the creature that you see coming at you stands about 5 feet long, 2 feet wide, about the size of a large kangaroo or a large boar, maybe. And the cage that you've been given is about 4 feet long. and 2 feet wide, because an Aurorix in its true form is significantly smaller than it is posing itself now.
Well, it ain't gonna fit in there.
Is this cage, does it look like a cage, or is it like a box?
Yeah, it's more like a box, but it has some actual runes carved in it that have a magical essence to them that will actually contain its smell and its ability to like rot things with its bare touch. But the front of it opens forward, and then it has a latch and a lock on it.
Okay. But it is like solid walls around the outside, or is it?
Yes, it is solid.
Not? Okay, cool. So I can't put it on my head to block out the smell. Got it.
You can, but you won't be able to see anything.
Sight is overrated.
Now, with that said, you could have someone that helps you. Help is actually very, very cool in DC20. When you give the help action, you can actually, in combat, this is not technically combat, but you can use a action point to help someone, and you actually give them a D8 to add to whatever role they're doing. You have to, of course, make it make sense. How are you helping them? Not that I'm telling you to do that, but I'm just saying that's a cool feature in DC20. So now we're going into a skill challenge like we did before to impress Eugene. You see the Bounder coming at you in its current form, too large for the cage that you need it in. But you've got to find a way to get it into this cage and locked in so that it is ready to leave this area.
Well, for starters, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and just have it on standby.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look at my cleric spell list.
So do we do like do we attack it? Is that what this is? Like, is that part of
so
it?
it is. So it's a skill challenge. So if you wanted to use a certain skill to lure it, to convince it, or anything like that, you can do that. If you want to attack it, you can. It will ultimately, it'll be your attack check that's used against it. But if multiple people attempt to attack against it, it will be the after attacks will be done with disadvantage.
Okay. So is this a skill, or are we able to use a spell here?
You can use a spell. Yep. And per DC20 rules, if you're doing a skill challenge and you use a spell, it actually does not cost you a mana point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So a spell or a skill. And you said a combat skill challenge.
Yes. Yep. So it's considered a combat skill challenge. And so essentially it's going to work the same as before. Everyone is going to get one skill check, and based on how many success points you get, success points are gained through meeting the skill challenge DC or exceeding it, right? If you go 5 above the DC, you'll gain, 2 or 3, however many success points.
Okay. In order to help the group, I am going to step forward before everyone else does anything. And I'm going to cast Bless.
Okay.
Should affect all 3 of you.
Okay.
However, if I do have to roll for it, and if I succeed, all 3 of you get it. If not, only 2 of you get it.
Nice. Okay.
So, it's a DC of 10 for me.
Okay.
On the
All right.
casting, basically.
Okay.
So, let's see. Okay. Yes, that would be a 24. So.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
It says with each additional 10 points of success, I can add another creature. So I'm going to add myself.
Add
on
yourself.
that.
Excellent. Okay.
So all four of us will now have a D4 on any check or save for the next minute.
Nice. Okay, so immediately Deacon steps up and blesses you, and you guys feel a familiar feeling as you just feel everything that you would normally do. You feel like you're better at it just immediately. Deacon, does this have a visual effect that takes place as you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I step up and my flail is close at hand, but not quite out yet. And I use my hand making some symbol gestures, and then kind of tap my shield, and then kind of and you see this kind of wave of kind of golden energy kind of reach out to the three of them and kind of illuminate them just a little bit. With Nylan, it's just barely there. The darkness tries to absorb it, but it's there. Everyone can still see it.
Okay, nice. All right, and so now you all are blessed going in as you're going to get this creature in this cage in some way. All right, who's next?
Where are the?
You want to see it more on the map?
No, like the skill points and the action points. Where are those at?
So on
On
your
the
character
left-hand
sheet there,
side.
on the left-hand side, it should say MIG AGI. Right, it has the abbreviation, and then you'll see under might there should be athletics and intimidation. Under agility, acrobatics, trickery, stealth.
Yeah. Okay, so I see that. Okay, so what I was asking is, on.
If you have any of those bubbles filled in,
like a technique, it says I can spend one.
Oh, okay.
SP. What is that? SP
Stamina
is
point.
Stamina point.
Stamina point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on. So one stamina point and then one AP. Is that ability point?
Action point. Action point.
Action point. So how do you get action points? Do we have those?
So
already,
right now you won't have them, but in combat you'll have 4 action points every turn. So you can use those on anything you want to move, to attack, to help, right?
And so, I've got one stamina point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you can use that out of combat.
When do you get those back? How often do those?
So for a a skill challenge, the way Coach says it is, you basically get to use it for free. You just can't exceed something. You can't do something that costs you more than your maximum stamina points.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, for you in combat, if you were to use it, you would regain it when you landed a heavy hit or someone landed a heavy hit on you. That's how the Barbarian works.
Okay. All right, somebody else go because I'm still reading through some of this stuff.
I'm gonna probably then try to use animal handling to kind of get around and corral it a little bit.
Okay.
But also try to encourage it to be smaller. Being smaller will help it to get away or do something.
Okay.
Against
All
us.
right. Describe to me how you're going to encourage it to be smaller. I'm genuinely curious.
I think basically kind of make it look so kind of clear up the space so that's if it wanted to get away, it would have to be smaller to actually
okay,
get out. So it kind of close up the gaps, but also not in a necessarily threatening way, so that it discourages it from getting bigger, because we don't want it to get bigger.
yeah, absolutely. All right, give me an animal check
with a bless D4.
with bless, with an extra D4. Absolutely.
So that'll be a 22.
22, man. Okay. And with that, you actually did exceed the skill challenge by 5. So you're gonna get 2 success points for that.
Question for
Yes.
the GM. Did the even though I cast a spell, did that count towards
Yeah, that
the
should
skill
count, actually.
challenge?
So
Okay, I was
what'd
just
you get,
curious.
20?
24.
Yeah, 24. Yes. So that you'd actually get 2 as well. So
Okay. I
good
was just
catch on
curious
that.
if that counted towards that.
Mhm.
Since I didn't do anything towards it, I was not going to do anything for the group. So
Right.
I
Okay.
just kept. So what would I roll for just conjuring up Mage Hand then?
For Conjuring Mage Hand, I won't cause you to roll anything until you actually use it.
Okay.
Now, when you use it, it might be an Arcana check or something, depending on what you're doing with it. So yeah, at this point, we have you guys all have immediately been blessed, and then Dagar starts walking in and trying to almost like corner it, but in a way that's like encouraging, like
he's like
walking up
shepherding
and
it.
being kind with it. Yeah, kind of shepherding it into a corner, like kind of forcing it to get smaller. And
Go
you
this
do
way.
notice with that, as you're kind of forcing it into this corner, it's like it's kind of it has a aggressive stance at you, but it is backpedaling a little bit because it recognizes that you're not being aggressive, and so it's not immediately attacking. It's not hungry, as you can see. It does have blood all over its mouth and its face. Also, its whole body is fairly grotesque, so it's hard to tell what blood is what, but it does have fresh blood on its face. And as it's kind of backing up, you see it shrinking in size. It is sort of like hunkering down. You see, it's almost like a balloon. When the balloon, like when air gets let out of the balloon, it starts kind of shrinking back, holding the same shape it was, but getting smaller. So, Ian,
I will use my Mage Hand to pick the cage up and just have it float behind, bring the cage around behind the creature, and have it just waiting and help back the creature in.
Okay. Are you trying to hide that?
As best I can.
Okay. Then give me a trickery or stealth. It's up to you, whichever you prefer.
With a D4.
With a D4 added for bless.
I'm gonna need it because I got a -1 in both of those.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
That would be an 8.
An 8. Okay. And so as you're kind of swinging it around, you're actually moving it incredibly stealthily, and it's focused in on Dagar as the crate is like moving around, but it's really hard to have depth perception. So as you're swinging it around, as it bumps into a pillar that's still kind of left standing there, and as soon as it does, it quickly jumps back and it sees it, and you see as it like expands in size as it strengthens up a little bit. But you do successfully have the crate now pinned behind it, so it's almost like it's tucked into this back corner over here. It's tucked into this corner right now with the crate like right here in this space beside it, and so it is like it's there. It's next to the crate that you're holding with your mage hand, but it is kind of regained a little bit of size. It may fit, but it's going to be close. So now the final opportunity, the final move here is coming to Bruce. What is Bruce gonna do?
Bruce.
I mean,
Come on, Bruce.
so I'm thinking that like as everybody's moving and doing their stuff, Bruce is slowly making his way. Not like how far away is the thing? Let me see. Is it on the map?
From where you are currently? So here I'll put him over here on Albert real quick. So Dagar is like right here. Let me grab a weird little token for it. There, right? The crate has been like kind of positioned here, so you're kind of forcing it into there. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. The crate is the little like wheel icon.
Okay.
As you're headed over there, I'll be like, all right, be smart about this, Bruce. We got this.
Yes, smarts is what I'm good at. But I'm also good at other stuff. All right. So as everybody's been kind of moving, I'll move up next to Dagar and like, hey, Dagar, give me one of those potions that you've got. One of the invisibility potions.
And I'm like back here with the invisibility potion.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Oh wait, oh, Deacon. All right, so I'll sneak over to Deacon.
I hand one over to you.
Okay, nice.
So like I guess as Nylan is casting his mage hand or whatever, I'll swig the invisibility potion and go invisible.
Okay.
And
Alright.
then what I'm gonna do, now that I'm invisible, I'm going to use an athletics check to athletically run, not acrobatically, but athletically.
Okay. Athletically
Power.
run. Okay.
With power and vigor and purpose. Gonna run, and I'm gonna try to shove him in the cage, since he's right by the cage. Because I'm like,
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do. But I'm invisible, so I'm invisible. I'm running up, and as soon as he like turns and was like, like, oh no, there's a cage next to me. Then I'm gonna make my move, and then I'm gonna go, and then try to just shove him in the cage.
How does invisibility
shove.
work in DC20?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure.
Because like 5th ed, you're not technically 100%
right.
I'm invisible, man. Like,
He took a potion. I mean,
Took a potion, man. He's invisible. Hey.
It seems
You can't see me.
like should he?
He's John Cena, man. Okay. You are unseen while you are imperceivable to its visual senses, such as when you're outside the line of sight, like in full cover. It's blinded, right? So you're completely invisible, but you can be heard.
Okay.
So you're unseen, but you're not. You're still like you can be heard.
Yeah, you can definitely hear me. But like, also, I'm not wearing armor. I mean, I'm pretty basic, right? So, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of.
The rest of us are kind of here making the crunching sounds of moving around.
Some jingling a little bit.
I'll let you have the choice here. You can give me an athletics check, or you can give me a just attack roll, straight attack roll as you shove it, because you're making contact with it in a attacking gesture.
Okay. What's an attack roll? How does that?
It should be whatever your combat mastery is, which I think is just 4 at this point.
Where's that at?
Should be in the middle
should
column.
Be under the combat in the middle. Should say attack / spell check.
Oh yeah, 4. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter either way. I'm not trying to injure the thing. I'm just trying to get it in there. But I'll just kind of bare knuckle attack the thing, and try to shove it in there. That's what we'll do.
All right.
So, wait, is it a check? So do I get the bless on it, or is it an attack?
Yeah. You get it still counts as a check.
If you look at the character sheet, it does say attack / spell check. So.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I'll do that. So we'll roll that. 7 plus 4 is 11.
And a D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Is 3. I got a 14.
Oh, the DC was 13. So that is a success. Nice. As you go drink the invisibility potion, and then it's cornered over here. It's really focused. It's freaked out by the crate that's here, and it has Dagar moving in the crocodile hunter, and he's like, wait, move right there. And he's kind of putting his arms out so he doesn't get around. And then you hear, you see nothing at all, but you hear, and you just see the impact of this full-blown Bruce here just slam into this creature as it gets knocked back into the crate. And as it gets knocked back in the crate, it actually knocks it back out of the mage hand, and the crate flips up and the lid flips closed, and the creature is contained.
Yes.
Now,
we win.
You are going to take 1 point of necrotic damage from having contact with this, and this was the danger you all made up. And so you do take 1 point of necrotic damage. But at this point, the Aurorix is in the cage.
What's in the box?
Mage hand to pick the cage back up.
Okay. All right. So you all have the cage.
You're muted, White Fox.
Bruce, do you have damage reduction?
I don't know. Do I?
So look at your mental and physical defense. There's a box in the middle that says DR.
I guess not. No.
Okay.
Only when I'm raging.
Only when you're raging. Yep.
Does damage reduction work against technically physical types?
It's
of damage?
only physical. Damage reduction is
physical,
only physical. So
technically, that was necrotic. I'd have to look up if necrotic's considered physical here or not.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
it is.
It's even a thing.
I mean, I guess it would. Yeah, because that's right.
It is a touch-based thing.
Yeah,
Right.
Mental damage is actually
Like psychic and
radiant and
Emotional
unholy.
damage.
Okay, and so as you mage hand and you kind of pick this up, you hear from kind of back behind you from the way that you came in. You hear, well, what do we have here, boss? A free contract completed for us. Yeah, completed for us.
I'm still invisible. They don't know where I'm at. How long does invisibility last?
I mean, if it's like 5e, does it
Necrotic
drop
damage
when you
isn't
do
in the
something?
rules, so closest probably would be unholy damage.
Yes, I think unholy. Well,
What is it?
no, I think necrotic would be more poison or something or disease.
or acid or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would still be physical.
Yeah.
So
Poison-
Poison
like
is listed as
decay.
elemental.
Here we go.
elemental. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, physical is just slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning. Elemental is acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, and sonic. And then mystical is holy, psychic, and unholy.
Right. But the elemental is still against the physical defense.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
hold on. Question: is my
Mhm.
awareness my awareness still
Still active from the crit.
active from?
Your spidey sense.
I will say no, since we've went through a whole skill challenge. That was a several minute thing. You've kind of been focused in. I'll let you make another skill awareness check real quick if you want
To
to.
maybe
just
see if
you
we're not
heard them
quite
as they
taken
walked
by
up.
aware. Okay.
Well, wouldn't we also you did recognize that these are from our group, basically the mounts that we would be using, yet there's no bodies other than the
Right.
mounts.
You did.
So it probably
you did
knows
notice that.
something's up.
Okay. Well, it's less good.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Just a 10.
Okay. So
I was
actually
distracted by the.
Yeah, you were distracted, and so and when you heard, well, what do we have here? Like when you heard that, you were kind of caught off guard as you thought that you were really paying attention to your surroundings. But honestly, you in this moment, this was your first big catch for the Bloodsworn. Like I mean, this is a big deal. You just took down. You just took down an Aurorix. That is a big deal, and so you're kind of in this like this celebratory stage, and you hear this come from behind you, and you hear the following voice. Yeah, contract completed for us. You immediately know it's gruff and buff. You have been on my last nerve for far too long. You hear Raven's voice. Now, we get the contract. We kill you. Eliminate yet another group. Yeah, another one. Got it, buff. So, any last words?
Yeah.
I knew I should have left
All
you
right.
a while those years ago.
This is all on you. And we are going to roll for initiative.
Am I still invisible?
You
Can
are
I-
still invisible. So
Can
you
I-
are actually.
I want to ask
Go
the
ahead.
questions like, where's Shadow?
Well, when they say any last words, like I wanted to cast light. I mean,
light?
obviously turning towards them.
Mhm.
And so if they're kind of like together as a group,
Mhm.
then I'm going to cast it on something on them so that anyone within a 10, anyone within a two spaces of it has to roll a fortitude save or be blinded.
Okay, so we will start combat with that. So what we're going to do now is initiative. The way it works in DC20 is whatever you were doing at the time that initiative took place is going to be your initiative roll. And so, for instance, you were making you were casting a spell, right? So your initiative would actually be your spell check in this instance.
Okay.
I'm going to have Bruce. I'm going to have your initiative be stealth, since you are back there being invisible. Then Nihilin, you are still casting a spell, and so we're going to let our Arcana be your initiative. And Dagar, you've kind of rounded the beast.
Do we get bless on
and
this?
Can you reread bless for me?
Whenever a target makes a check or save before the spell ends. So.
I mean, I would consider initiative a initiative check.
I mean, although
How-
at the same time, it's like a 1 minute spell. So,
okay,
or
yeah,
concentration.
I think that blesses
So
it, 'cause
if-
you started that encounter with it.
Right.
think
So
it's
it probably
definitely
took us a
worn off.
minute to do that. So yeah, it's probably off.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that.
Do we add anything else
and
to our
make the
initiative roll other than that skill?
Just the skill, just the skill that I'm mentioning for
Mage
you.
hand would be gone too because it only lasts for 1 minute as well.
Oh yeah, then yeah, they would definitely be gone.
Guess that also depends on how long. Is it the same kind of thing as fifth ed, or what's the timing for a round or a turn?
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
Mhm.
Double.
So it's kind of double.
Yep. Sorry, I'm new to Owlbear, so I'm trying to get everybody in the initiative here.
Sorry. So what was my roll then?
Oh, so yours, we will give it to you actually as since you were over there and you're kind of turning around. This will be how quickly you react, and so we'll give it to you as a straight agility, or agility or awareness. I'll let you pick on that one.
Well,
They're the same. So.
since my
Oh, okay.
spell ended as well, what would I be rolling?
If your spell ended, we'll do awareness. See how quickly you react. I'm sure there's a quicker way to add people to initiative, but I'm just going to do it individually, I guess.
I have 16.
For initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice thing is we can all input it ourselves.
Yeah, there you go.
Bruce with his moving picture box over there.
What is it?
Bruce with his moving picture box.
Oh.
I'm trying to read how to do initiative. Do I roll a d20 and then add my awareness to it, or do I just use my awareness number?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roll a d20 and add your awareness to it. probably add for video purposes and anyone hanging out here. New system and for most everyone here a new virtual tabletop, and so I normally use Foundry, but for this I switched over to Albert Rodeo, which I've used in the past, but they just did a bunch of updates to it, which is awesome. But also I don't know how to do anything in it.
Yeah, a little bit of one.
Yeah.
Yay, someone got
17.
hired.
Okay. Deacon, I think you're the only one I'm waiting on.
Oh, no, I said 16.
Oh, you can put it in
16. I
yourself
didn't hear you,
too.
sorry. Yeah. Okay. Then we're coming to the top of initiative, and so yes, they walk up, and essentially they're trying to steal your contract. You do have the Aurorix over here in the crate, and so a protecting it might be necessary. But at this point, it looks like this team is just here to kill you and walk away with your goods. And so Nihilin, it is going to come to you to start this bad boy off.
All right.
Now, question. On
Mhm.
DC20, as far as initiative goes, is it specific to what we roll, or is it just a team spot and someone on the team goes first? Like, how is the initiative done?
That is a good question, because it seems like I read that, but in all the test plays I've watched, they've ran it sort of like regular initiative. And so they've ran it like regular initiative rather than group-based initiative. So let me check real quick.
Okay, yeah, it says the PC with the highest initiative goes first.
Okay. Right, but it's still not group check. It's just regular
Okay, yeah.
initiative order.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's what, because I thought it was group initiative too.
The difference with the DC20 is that it alternates at this point. It's not basically the team who wins goes first, and the highest person on that team goes first, but then it alternates each team. So like us, then enemy team, then us, then enemy team.
Okay, so let me
like if you're looking at
that.
Page 48 in the alpha.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna finagle numbers then and make that happen.
Okay.
Oh, I remember my players' names.
Yeah, that is a difference in, say, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, whereas in everyone goes in their specific turn.
Right. This is actually
this one is an alternating order, and basically the next highest person on the team goes in that team position, kind of thing. So
speaking of when everybody goes, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while y'all are figuring this out.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Go for it, man. All right, so it is still Nihilin that is up, and Raven is on deck. And so, Nihilin, looking at this combat that's taking place, you're kind of over here on the outskirts as they come in and they start this, and you can tell immediately as Raven raises up her crossbow that it is about to be a fight. You can see that Buff is moving forward, these big broad shoulders, as he's moving forward toward, well, your catch.
Well, I'm gonna start by blasting Raven with magic missile.
Okay.
Nice.
All I heard is, and I start blasting.
She totally dumped you.
All right.
Give me an X.
Man,
She's
this is
going
a
to
breakup.
die.
This is what you get for dumping Nihilus.
The
Nihilin.
edge battle.
Yeah.
No, this is what she gets for existing.
Sorry, while you're figuring that out, I'm looking for paper. I'm that guy that never actually has paper.
Hold on. You have to roll the D20.
What is it?
Always have a book.
According to the book here, it says make a DC10 spell check.
I know, but it's a D20
Oh, yeah.
plus your ability.
Yeah,
your
that is
skill check.
You'll roll everything. There's no actual like spell saves. Every spell check is an attack.
But you didn't roll a D20. That's what I was saying. I mean, that time you did.
Okay.
The first time you rolled a D10. So that's what I was saying. So.
Yeah, I was making the spell check and the roll says DC10, so that's what I was rolling on. My bad.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Well, that's to see if the spell succeeds or fails. So if you're below your DC, then the spell fails, but you don't lose a mana point for it. Unless it says so otherwise. Like,
yeah, so yes, you don't, if it misses, then yeah, you don't lose a mana point. All right. So what was the roll?
A 6.
well,
6, yeah.
add your +4 or whatever would be a 10.
Yep, it'd be a 10 for intel.
What is the spell as well?
Magic missile.
Oh, okay. Magic missile, interesting. Okay.
Are you a
so
sorcerer?
here's-
I'm sorry.
Yes, I am a sorcerer.
Okay. I'm looking up magic missile in the thing too.
Okay.
So.
You're good. So that is actually a DC 10 spell check, and so you actually hit the 10, and so you fire three missiles.
And a failure actually would only be 2 missiles, so you still would
it
have
would only be
gotten
2.
it.
So it's still fire with a magic missile. So yes. So since you did succeed, you're going to fire 3 missiles, and they're each going to deal 1 point of force damage.
And she's going to eat all 3 of them.
Yes, all 3 of those are coming in. As you, absolutely. And you see choo 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 as they zip through, and she's able to kind of throw up her crossbow shoulder as they kind of pepper her with this force damage, and it kind of knocks her back. Now, okay, so the way that DC20 combat works is you actually have 4 action points. So you just used 2 action points to fire magic missiles. You still have 2 action points left. You can use those to move. You can use those to provide a help action. You could even use those to attack again, but any repeated actions come with disadvantage. However, you can burn an additional action point to give yourself an empowered action, which is advantage on an action. And so it's kind of however you want to do it. The floor is yours.
You also used 1 mana point. So.
Yes, 1 mana point and 2 action points.
Yep. How do we do movement? Is it diagonals or same as we do it for D&D?
I do think in this system you can do diagonals.
Okay. So I'm going to burn an action point and move.
Okay.
And I think that's going to end it for me.
So you still have 1 action point.
You do have 1 action point if there's anything you want to do with it.
I guess I'll use it to help the team on whatever they need.
Okay. So you have to be kind of specific with your help action. In what way are you helping?
If they go to attack, I'll cast an offensive spell to assist.
Let's see here.
Hold on. Looking up actions.
Yeah, so it says to give a help die, you can, with attack or spell check, so you declare one attacker and one target. You must be within one space of the attacker or the target in order to grant the help die. While the help die lasts, the attacker can add the help die to one attack check or spell check or a skill or trade check. So you declare which type of skill or trade you're kind of helping with. So you've moved over here next to Bruce. I think you have to move maybe one step closer if you could.
I can't.
No? Okay.
So I guess I can't
Yeah.
help on that.
Yeah, I think from that one you can't help.
Then I guess I'm just gonna have to save my action
or the target.
point.
Yep. Okay.
Or
Yeah, that's fine. As soon as your turn ends, you're gonna get 4 back.
Yeah, I'll call it good there.
Okay. So it is going to move to Raven, who just got peppered with these magic missiles, and
he can take a dodge. By the way.
Oh yeah, you can take a dodge action. Yes.
Okay, I'll take the dodge action. That could be useful.
Did Deacon use light at the beginning of combat?
No,
I don't remember. Okay, you didn't use it. Okay, I was just trying
Yeah, I
to
haven't
figure
used
out
anything yet.
Yep.
anyone got statuses.
Yep. So yeah, you can use dodge, hide. If you guys have the PDF open, page 29 will have all the actions that you can take. Okay. All right, and so yeah, so Raven has those attacks come in, and she knows immediately where they came from. And she looks up and she sees you, Nihilin, as you kind of run back, and she's going to lift up her crossbow, and she is going to fire a bolt at you, and she's going to use one action point for a debilitating strike. Let's see. And so she is going to fire to hit you. Oh, that is going to be a pretty good roll. Let's see. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
That's a brutal.
Okay, so a brutal.
Sorry, what's your armor? I'm assuming
physical armor is only 9.
9, yeah. So dirty 20 is going to be a brutal. That is 2 above. So remember to jump up, it has to be in increments of 5, and so this is 10 over. And so that is going to be a brutal. And let's see. Sorry, I'm actually not seeing the base damage for the crossbow here, so.
Weapons are on page 58.
58. Okay. Okay, so base damage on this crossbow, since it's just a hand crossbow, is going to be 2. And it will be with a brutal attack, it's going to do 4 points of piercing damage. With that, oh no, wait! She has disadvantage because you took the dodge action, though.
Yes,
so
that's true.
Let's see. Oh, I think it's still going to hit you with a 10. You said it was a 9, right?
But it's not heavy or brutal.
It's not brutal. So you only take 2 points of piercing damage.
That's a lot better.
Okay, and because she is so angry at you for this the situation you've had, she's going to raise and fire a second shot, and she's going to burn another action point to empower it, so it is just a straight roll. And your dodge, if I read correctly, only lasts for the first attack. So another straight roll at you is going to be a 17. which will be a heavy hit, I believe. So you'll take 3 points of piercing. What is the condition? Sorry, I'm trying. She did the debilitating strike, but I'm trying to figure out what the condition save is for bleeding. Oh, okay.
How did she do bleeding? There's only 4 effects you can put on with debilitating.
It says on all attacks made against you until the start of your next turn.
Okay. So on hers, at least, it has debilitating strike, and she has bleeding, exposed, hindered, or slowed.
Oh, interesting. That's
hey,
different
Jeff.
than the regular rogue.
Yeah.
You're looking at full dodge there, White Fox. That's 2 AP. Regular dodge is just 1.
Oh, I see that. Well, hold on. Oh, an additional. Okay.
Oh, you're right. That is not in the regular rogue one.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because it's exposed, deafened, hindered, or slowed.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
She's special.
She is special.
Apparently.
I'm just using what's in the one shot here.
Special.
Okay, so in that case, I don't know how to. I guess it just happens. Yeah, if the attack hits. So yes, you are now bleeding. Yo, she mad at you, dude.
And I take how much damage?
It was 2 on the first attack and 3 on the second attack.
That puts me at 0.
Oh,
You only have 5?
I only had 5 health.
Okay. All right, and so you are on death's door. So this is another thing we should talk about.
Oh, I know what you did to your stats. That's fine.
Because you -1 on the top 2.
0 -1, yeah.
So you are on death's door, which is when your HP is equal to or lower than 0. Now you will have everyone has a death threshold, which for everyone here should be 3 at this point because it's equal to your prime modifier. And so at any point when your health goes below like negative, whatever your prime modifier is, you are completely dead. And so right now, oh my gosh, Nihilin is down, and you'll be making death saves. But if you go below -3, you are completely dead at that point. So, fortunately for you, it is the end of Raven's turn. And she fires immediately, throws in another arrow, fires again. And as you drop, she turns her attention as she whispers out, "Weaklings." And Deacon, it is to you.
Okay. Let's see. That might change things.
And I would still and I'd be bleeding as well, wouldn't I?
Well,
Yeah.
would he still have
As far
it?
as I know, which is a continuous damage.
Yeah, but is it continuous once you've been knocked unconscious or whatever it is?
I'm looking right now. Take 1 true damage at the start of each of your turns until you regain 1 HP or until you regain one or more HP.
Yeah.
Spend
So it's 1 damage a turn.
Yep.
Okay.
So it is. You'll be losing. You have.
So he's still bleeding,
3
essentially.
turns. You are still bleeding while you're down. Yep.
Okay.
So classic
That's
heals
fine.
wants to see someone die.
Classic. Hey,
It's
I'm running the
okay.
adventure as I was told.
Yeah.
Not my fault that she's still not over it. Okay.
Fair point.
And the pants thing really set her off. Just so you know, that was her favorite pair of skinny jeans. So,
Exactly.
You mean the one that
okay.
there was a nice hole out of the back?
That's the ones. All right, Deacon. What are we gonna do?
So I'm gonna do a few things.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Heal.
Okay.
Because I see him waver and start to fall down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll to see if I'm successful or if it is a failure.
Okay.
That would be a success with a 16.
Okay.
So, Nylan regains 3 hit points. Actually, 4 hit points because I got over +5.
Okay, nice. You're almost back up to where you started.
Yep. So.
And he's not bleeding anymore.
Yeah, and you're not bleeding anymore.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Double win.
And then I am going to one second. Okay, so that's 1 mana point used and 2 action points used. I am then going to target a like a stone that's kind of in the middle of them. Are there only 3 of them? Oh,
no, there's 4, but Shadow is definitely kind of in the back, being his shadowy self.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna target like a stone that is, in the space right in front of. Hold on, let me double check this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna target a stone, or something like part of the broken ruins that is in the space right in front of Raven. And I'm going to, so it's a cantrip to cast light, but I'm going to spend a mana point to make the spell check contested. Well, I'm going to spend a mana point to make the 3 of the, like, Raven, Tough, and Gruff to all make a fortitude check.
Okay.
Fortitude save. Or they're blinded for 1 round.
Okay. All right.
So they need to make a fortitude save.
What's the save?
Hold on. Oh, I mean, I guess it would be my DC.
Your save DC?
My save DC, which is, hold on, 8, 9, 12. So.
12. Okay. All right. So Raven does succeed. Oh my gosh. Gruff and Buff both fail.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yes, that's very good.
Yeah.
All right, and Shadow was too far away. I'm taking it.
Yes. Yeah. It's only 2 spaces from it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now the trick is, can I hit them?
Yes. Okay. Does that come to the end of your turn? Okay.
And then I too will take the dodge action.
Okay.
Actually, no. Hold on. Scratch that.
You're good. Well, one thing I'm gonna add in here too is
these action points are also for reactions. Is that correct?
Yes. So you can use them as a reaction, and so. For instance, I was looking under maneuvers. There are several defensive maneuvers that you can do when it's not your turn, and you can spend action points off of your turn to protect or to parry and do things of that sort. You can also do like a spell duel and things like that when it's not your turn. And so there are things that can be happening, ways that you can be contributing. Now, anything you use off your turn also isn't there on your turn. So if you spend 2 action points off your turn, you only have 2 action points when it comes back to your turn. So it's kind of how it evens itself out.
But does that refresh at the beginning of the round, or does that refresh at the beginning of your turn?
The actually refreshes at the end of your turn. So when you finish a turn,
So I can spend all 4 of mine. Okay.
Yeah, by the time it's your turn, you should definitely just spend all 4 because you're going to get them back as soon as.
Perfect. Okay. No, that's what I wanted to make sure. So.
Yep.
Okay. Then.
Yeah, because it's basically the start of your next turn. Technically, is the end of your last turn.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Shoot. Nope, that was worth it.
Okay.
So I haven't actually attacked yet. If I
Mhm.
attack with a cantrip, is that going to be at disadvantage or anything?
No, because that should be a different roll, right? It'd be an attack, a spell
Yeah.
check,
Spell
right?
attack.
Spell attack check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yes.
think there has to be this exact same action, basically,
Yeah.
to.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So, okay. Perfect. Then I'm going to actually shoot with a sacred bolt at. You know what? I'm going to shoot it at Raven. Actually.
Okay.
Let's see.
How dare you not get blinded?
Right.
Dare you? Yeah.
She's not undead or exposed, is she? Just kidding.
No.
Okay, good.
By exposed, you mean she's not wearing pants?
I mean,
No, she did get extra more pants.
she brought pants. Okay.
She's more alive than I'd like her to be.
Yes. Okay.
For sure,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a spell attack. So.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah, that's a 9 against her mental defense. By the way.
Her mental defense. That does fail.
Okay.
That misses, I guess is the word.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yep, it just
Mhm.
doesn't go off basically. So, or misses. It's a cantrip, so it just.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so
Yeah.
it just misses. Okay. All right, and so at that point, I feel like I should probably name these guys. All right. And so now it's going to go to Buff, who is now completely blinded. And so he is going to use an action point to stumble forward. And he is probably going to bounce into Bruce here, who is still who is invisible, which has pretty much the same effect for Buff because he can't see him anyway. And he is going to. He's actually he has no weapon. You'll notice he is unarmed as he rushes up and rages as he just goes off at this point and rages, and he is going to attack whatever he's ran into at this point, and he will do it recklessly.
Uh-oh.
Now, question here.
Mhm.
I believe advantage and disadvantage in DC20 do stack. So if he had disadvantage from
Might.
blind and disadvantage
you
from
roll
invisibility, you would
roll
roll
multiple.
3 dice and you would have to take the lowest.
Right.
Mm.
Let me see.
If invisibility gives disadvantage.
Yes.
I'm
I think it
assuming
does.
here.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to figure out what blinded does. According to this.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah.
either.
I know it gives me 3 extra damage.
If they're blinded?
It does. That
Yeah,
is
if they're
true. It
blinded.
does.
Yes. That was a great thing that I did then, huh?
Yes, that was great. Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
The really gross one is if they're ever surprised or unconscious, then I get +5 damage.
I mean, that makes sense.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So you are exposed, so attack checks against you have advantage, and you're hindered, so you have disadvantage on attack checks. So yes, he has disadvantage on the attack check, and then there would be disadvantage on the invisibility. But that feels weird to me that invisibility would stack with blinded. He already can't see. How are you?
Well,
there's no
I mean,
benefit to
you
being
know.
invisible or not. So either way, okay. I mean, we'll say he has double disadvantage. He is going to attack recklessly against Bruce, who I assume is going to be difficult to hit anyway. And so he is going to come up, and he's basically going to come and try to like just give you a big bear hug and start to squeeze and crush you. First one is going to be a 12 physical damage, and then
Hold on. Sorry.
you're good.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. You found the blinded.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the failed checks that require sight. So.
Okay. So anyway, that's a 13 and a my brain 10. Good lord. Can do 6 plus 4 there for a second. So it'd be a 10. Does a 10 hit you, Bruce?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. And so he is attacked recklessly, and he's used an action. Okay. So he is again. He's reckless attacking. He is going to empower his next action. As he's just going to try the same thing again. He's going to try to grab you and squeeze. And again, it's going to be double disadvantage. Much better roll that time. That would be 2.
That'd be Wouldn't that be triple because he's doing the same action again?
Yeah, but he empowered it, so it
Oh yeah,
nullifies
so
it.
yeah.
Yeah, so he burned another action point to give himself advantage, which just cancels out the disadvantage that was there. So that is going to be a 21 with disadvantage. Yeah. As he's gonna grab
So on all
hold
three
of
of those, you rolled that high?
No, he didn't. He only had to roll 2 of them because he empowered the action, so it got rid of the disadvantage from attacking twice.
Right, but he still had two disadvantage though.
Disadvantage, yeah.
No, well, he's reckless attacking too, so that nullifies one of the disadvantages.
Okay, so he rolls. Okay, so you rolled 2 dice, you took the lower, and you still got 21.
Yeah, I rolled double 17s.
Like I said, just trying to understand.
Yeah,
that.
no, you're good. There was a lot of advantage and
because
disadvantage happening there.
Right, and I think that it's good.
So, I haven't gone yet, but can I use a reaction to do something?
You can.
Right. So you rolled a 17, right?
21 with his combat mastery.
I'm gonna use one of my action points to sidestep. It's a reaction. You move one space to a space that's still within the attack's range. When you do, the attacker spell has disadvantage against you. You move behind cover, so you'll have to roll it again with the extra disadvantage. So I'm assuming that's how it works. I don't know.
All right, I think so. All right,
you have to re-roll it.
Re-roll it. That would be a whopping 8.
Yes.
And so he lunges in, and he grabs a hold, and he's like, "I got him!" And he jumps and squeezes, and absolutely doesn't budge at all. He is hugging a pillar right now.
I was gonna say he's got.
He is like, you see as it starts to like crack as he's like laying into it, but.
Okay, so yeah, that's awesome.
I just bob and weaved right there.
Yeah, so Buff is right here, just hugging a pillar.
Was that a maneuver?
That is a a defense maneuver. It's a reaction maneuver.
Yeah, under defense, right? Nice.
Yeah, am I allowed to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, if it's under defense, like I'm scrolling down just to check.
I mean, they're martial abilities, so you can do it. Yeah. I couldn't do it though.
Yeah. I have all abilities, all maneuvers for martial stuff. So this is a reaction maneuver.
Good to know.
that I do once I'm targeted by an attack.
Nice.
So I sidestep.
Yeah, perfect. And so so he's now stuck here, just squeezing a broken pillar, and it is going to move to you, Bruce, who just
you get your action points back on your turn or at the end of your turn.
At the end of your turn. So right now you have three action points for your turn now.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep.
Cool. I mean, yeah. So Bruce just is gonna slide out of the way, real sneaky like. And then he's gonna rage because the guy raged on him, and he's gonna rage back.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You're not gonna rage, I'm gonna rage." You're not. I'm gonna rage. And then I'm gonna punch something or someone, but I'm gonna use a technique. I'm gonna use my heroic bash, which is the technique that I know. And
Okay.
so Bruce is running around with what's this called? A boulder gauntlet on his fist, right? So he's just got like brass knuckles, but it's a boulder gauntlet on him,
Nice, yeah.
right? And so he's gonna rage with that, and he's just gonna come face punching this guy. So let me see what all of that
Also,
means.
you will get double advantage on him.
Yes.
Because he is blinded and he is recklessly attacking.
Okay.
So double advantage.
Cool. So I'm gonna roll. Oh, Sammy, get down. Cool. Let's swing at him. Let's take a swing at him. Well, that's a 1 on the first one, so I'm not gonna take that one.
Okay.
Oh no, 6 plus 4. 10.
So
Is it
10.
10 hit?
That's what he tried to hit you with too. And against him, yeah, that's gonna miss.
Okay.
Did Heels finally do it? Did he reverse the curse?
He's got one more. No, he's got one more roll. He's got one more roll.
Yeah, you have 3. Because you had
Oh, I
Oh, it's
got
true.
regular one
Double
and
advantage. You get 3. Yeah, that was just
Double
advantage, man.
advantage. Oh, my bad. 8 plus 12? Is that it?
12 still misses.
Dang it.
Yeah, I think you'd hit anyone else on the battlefield, but
Shoot.
that does miss against Gruff or Buff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have hit me.
Okay.
That's 3. I'm gonna swing again.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna do the heroic thing. I'm just gonna swing because I'm mad now.
Okay.
Because
So this will be.
I'm assuming I have to call out the heroic before I hit, right? Like I can't
Yes.
do
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
after the fact. So I say it, it
Pretty sure.
misses. Wah, wah.
Right.
Actually, I can't do it anyway. I couldn't do it anyway because I don't have any stamina.
Right.
Dang it!
So now you either
it's just a
need to
regular hit.
land a heavy hit or take a heavy hit to get your stamina back.
Right. So it took a stamina for me to rage.
Mm-hmm.
So I reacted, I raged, I swung, and I got one more skill. Okay.
You got one more action point left.
Yeah, I'll swing again. So this time I get just
Okay.
regular advantage.
Right,
Yes,
so
you'll have
two
regular
dice
advantage
instead of
because you
3.
would have disadvantage on this.
Okay.
Wow, stacking advantages is hard.
Let's go regular advantage. Come on, Yes, 20.
That I believe will hit.
30. I hit him with the 20. Now, so that's a crit, so I get a stamina back, right? Is that how that works? Or is that what a crit is?
You get it from a heavy. You get stamina back
From a heavy,
hits.
so this will definitely count. You'll get your
So
stamina
20
back.
plus
Right.
4
Yes.
for your thing.
So, but I think a barbarian says a crit or a heavy. I just don't understand the difference.
Oh yeah, on a crit you'll definitely get it back.
All right, so 24 to whack.
Yep. Let me. All right, here we go. When you roll a 20 on an attack or spell check, it's considered critical hit. Critical hit automatically hits the target and deals an additional +2 damage if the attack, check, or spell check deals more than one type of damage. Okay. So, all right, absolutely. So, how much does that deal normally?
So the boulder gauntlet does 4 bludgeoning plus I'm raging, so it does an additional 1 damage to it.
So 5, and so then
5
with the
total.
+2, you deal 7 points of damage. And so, like, he's blind and hugging a pillar.
What is the brutal and heavy? What does that do?
So heavy is if you go 5 over whatever his physical defense is, that would be +1 damage. A brutal would be +2 damage, and a critical it says is automatically +2 if I'm reading this correctly.
So do I get the +2? Do I get both +2s?
It automatically hits the target and deals an additional +2 damage. All right, let's see.
So I get the brutal +2 and the crit
The critical.
+2.
Yeah, I think so. Let me check. So here's like an example here. When the
So I
check is
did not. So it
That
does
would make
9
sense.
bludgeoning damage.
Yes. Simply takes the base
Because
damage.
it would
plus
make
3.
a critical actually be more significant.
What's up? Hold on.
Because you can brutal without critting.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. You can brutal without critting. So yes, it would bump it up to 9 points
So 9.
of,
Okay, so
of
9
damage
points of bludgeoning damage
on that crit. Yes, dude.
But he's raging, so it's only like 5.
Right. Yeah. So he is raging. So it is going to half it, but everything is rounded up. And so yeah, it would be 5.
All right, and
So he takes
that's
a little bit
my
reduced damage.
turn. Oh, wait, is he within range? I mean, I'm assuming he is. I don't know.
Who?
You kind of have
I mean-
buff in the middle of the 4 squares.
Oh
so.
yeah. He's definitely in range. Sorry, he's
Okay.
probably right here.
Because I was in this square here, and that's
Yeah.
where he swung at
He
me.
he
and I
ran
moved
you
there.
and tried to hug you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
So,
Cool.
as you're kind of doing this, it's Shadow's turn back here, and Shadow is going to cast Heal on Raven. It's gonna be a DC 10.
I was starting to
Hold
feel like
on.
these guys were just mirroring us.
Gee, imagine that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy? There'd be a 12
Hey,
to heal.
Run around.
What's the hold on, what's the
A spell duel.
yeah, I was trying to see on that. I'm getting that cleric spell duel maybe.
Mhm.
I just want to see how like where's that at? I'm trying to find where it's at. Talks about it.
Let's see.
Oh, and the maneuvers?
Is that where it's at? No.
Or-
Spell duel under types of reactions.
Oh, okay.
Says when another creature that you can see casts a spell, you declare a spell duel and spend 2 action points and 1 or more mana points to challenge the creature with a spell of your own. You can declare a spell duel after the creature makes its spell check, but before you know the result. I will say we're just now learning this, so I will say that won't matter on this particular one. So if you would like to engage in a spell duel, you can.
Okay, hold on. So during the contest, every participant makes their spell check, and the highest initiator result is compared against the highest challenger result to determine the outcome.
Mhm.
So basically, I just have to spend 2 AP and 1 or more MP to challenge
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
And then I can declare the duel, basically using my spell to try to cancel their spell.
Try to cancel. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they say
Right
you
now,
know,
I think
have-
I'm not going to do it. Actually, I think right now. So
Right. Okay.
I want to see.
So
I've already
for
used
anyone
2.
watching, the spell duels are really cool. And so you can that way your magic users can kind of face off. You can have kind of
Basically-
that Harry Potter Voldemort action going on,
Basically counterspell, but cooler.
but cooler.
It
Exactly.
is cooler.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you tie, there is a wild magic table, which could be fun. Okay, so Shadow, you actually just see a black and light just swirl around Raven as Shadow heals her. Or looks like for 3.
Yeah. If you succeed.
And so he heals, and now he's going to turn his attention back up as he looks around, and Deacon, as he recognizes who you are, he knows that you are the greatest threat to this fight, and so he is going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Aren't you glad you didn't challenge that first spell?
Greatest threat. I
Right,
mean, I
right.
feel like he hasn't seen Bruce yet because he's still invisible.
I mean, that's true too. But I mean, he's a cleric, so he's like the cleric is clearly the biggest threat.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to do the spell duel, basically say I was going to do Guiding Bolt back.
Okay.
Right. If I'm successful, I guess it applies to him instead? Like that spell would be applied to him?
It does say that on a success, it just fails and has no effect. So I think they kind of like fizzle out in the air. And so it doesn't yours won't go through like an attack, but it will stop his attack.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
They should totally add an ability.
Okay,
Maybe
no,
they
yeah.
will.
It says in the
Eventually for
tip.
that, where
It
it's
says in
like-
the tip you're not actually casting the spell that is stated.
Yes.
You're instead using the flavor of the spell to, be how you
Mhm.
initiate.
Mhm.
The only
So-
part of the spell, targeted. If you
You should
be
choose
able to
spell targets.
Earn some points to make it blow up in their face.
Oh, that would be cool. Like a cool reaction thing to add.
Hey, Jeff, do you
Oh.
remember, is there a way to regain mana? Or is it only, like, in mid-fight, or no?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's like an action you can take. Let me see.
I'm just curious as that would,
Yes.
again, bear with
Affect
us,
what
we're
you're doing
still
here.
learning.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
Let's see.
regain all mana points when you finish a long rest.
Well, right, but I'm just curious, is there a way to regain
Recharge,
them
like,
in
one
combat?
Harvest
Yeah.
energy.
So okay, it says that you gain mana points from the spellcasting mastery feature. Okay. Okay, mate. I don't know. Maybe you're a cleric. Does it say anything in your? I swear, I felt like I read something about it.
He'll hit you with the, dang bro, know your character.
I will say I did very minimal research on the character side of things because I knew I was DMing, and so I was really looking into the DM side of things and trying to memorize any rules I thought we would encounter.
And we just got home. There's like zippy zap to eat at my house.
Nice. All right, let's see.
Sorry, again, bear with us.
Yeah.
Just
Bear
curious.
totem with us.
Yeah, I'm actually. Let's see. I'll say, just kind of a side note, this is one of the things that that is always nice about playing a system like 5e or Pathfinder, because it's so easy to Google this stuff. But with like the newer systems and stuff starting out, it doesn't work. It doesn't work the same. You can't quite Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that you can regain mana. I swear I thought I read it somewhere, but I could have been thinking of stamina points. I know stamina can be regained.
Side note, if you do have a DC20 question, feel free to tweet White Fox or Dr. Hills.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go.
And we
We'll
will
tag.
then in turn
Tag
tag
them
Dungeon
in it,
Coach.
and they'll let you know.
Yeah, this is a good question. Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, it kind of makes sense that you can't without some sort of rest. I just wasn't sure if there was some sort of rest.
Wait, no,
action.
hold on. Yes, that's what it is. I think there is a round rest, and a round
Yes.
rest will give you mana points. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Hold on, then. You're right. I'm remembering something like that. Now.
I distinctly remember hearing or reading something about a round rest, probably at like a 2:30, 3 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, me too.
Discord
Mhm,
post
Yeah.
that woke me up.
Utility actions.
Oh man. A quick rest. The period in Nocturne light is 7 minutes long. Oh, maybe not.
Help. Was the round rest in DC20 or was that in
That could have been Dragonbane.
I think
If
it was
I'm honest.
Dragonbane.
Yep, that might be blending together. So, okay.
Yep.
We
I
will
didn't
say,
know
and we
anything
could
about
be
a round
wrong.
rest.
Yep, sorry. Okay, we will say
Okay.
at least at this point, from
Yep,
this
we'll
that we
move
can
on.
tell, there's no regaining mana in combat.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. Now, so do they have to roll against my mental defense? Is that what it is for a spell?
Spell duel.
No,
Okay.
no, just on casting it.
So yes, it will be against your mental defense. It should be because this is guiding bolt is holy damage. Okay, so will be. I haven't said the results yet. If you want
I
to,
know.
do
Yeah, sorry. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. No, that's good.
Okay. Okay, that will be a 14 on the dice. 14
Okay.
total.
That does hit.
Okay.
And that goes against my mental, right?
Goes against your mental defense. Yep.
Okay.
And
Well, I guess no, it still takes my hit points.
yes, yeah. It'll take your hit points, but it was
What damage
going.
type is it?
It
Holy.
is cutting bolt.
It's holy.
Yeah, holy. Yeah, holy. Mental defense takes. Yes, and so you take 3 points of holy damage, and the next attack against you is made with advantage.
Yep.
All right, and that will be the end of Shadow's turn. He has, healed his leader and attacked the cleric. He feels fairly accomplished as it moves on to Dagar.
Okay, so I'll see if I can figure this out.
So Buff and Gruff are both
Blinded.
exposed, blinded. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, Buff is raging.
Buff
And
is-
Gruff
Yeah,
is
but
not.
unfortunately, if I leave his area, he gets an attack of opportunity.
Potentially, he would have disadvantage on it because he's blinded.
Yeah.
But I'm just laying out all the options.
But if they
Yeah.
do take buff out, that is one less enemy to
Yeah.
deal with.
Yeah.
I'm
Do it.
also kind of thinking too, like, yeah, I could go, but I have to spend an AP just to get to.
No, honestly, like because you can do double damage, or not double, but because you can do more damage to him, you have a better chance of maybe getting that damage you need to take him out, since it would be
Which one, sorry?
on Buff.
Buff? Yeah, that's what I was
Because you're going to be doing extra damage because he's blinded right now.
thinking.
That's a easier way to get through his raging defense.
Yeah.
And if you do take him out, that's a debuff to their team.
Yeah.
Got it.
So,
Very good.
You
yeah, I
get
think
an inspiration
I will.
point. Emperor gets an inspiration point. Oh, dude, what?
Not that good. It was good. Not that good.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna take an attack on
Hey,
Buff.
what?
Okay.
And
What?
so that's single advantage, right?
Um,
Because he's blinded.
yes. So he's blinded,
No, he
but he's
attacked
recklessly
recklessly.
attacking, so you get double
Oh.
advantage.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's the attack spell check, right? Added to that. Just want to double.
Yeah, should be
check
your attack check. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
3
yeah,
dice.
your attack check. Yeah.
Yep.
I see what you're saying.
So that'll be 21.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely hits. Let's see.
Okay.
And that will actually be a heavy attack.
Nice.
So it'll be then 2, 5, 6. So that's just 6 total damage, then I think it is.
Is that the extra
6
damage
total.
for being exposed?
Yeah. So my sword only does 2.
Okay.
I get 3 for the blinded because I can pick which is the highest essentially of the effects, and then
Nice.
that 1 from heavy.
Heavy. Nice. So how much
6
total?
6.
6. Okay. And of course he's raging, so
Yep.
a little less, but
Yeah,
nice.
because it is slashing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, I guess I might as well attack. Well,
You would just have single
Wait.
advantage this time.
yeah. You know what? It might be worth actually to do one more attack and then do something else. So I will do it since I have 2 swords anyways, just for
Mhm.
flavor.
Okay.
Do another attack. So
Wait, you're dual wielding? Is that what you said?
yes, technically yes. But I only attack with 1.
So if
Oh,
he's
okay,
dual
so-
wielding, then it's not the same, is it?
No, in dual wielding you don't get disadvantage on your second attack, if I remember correctly.
Don't get what? Sorry.
So if you're dual wielding, you can make your second attack, but you actually don't have disadvantage on it, like you would.
Don't have
I'm trying to look it up to confirm, but I'm pretty
Wait,
sure.
sorry. You mean that I don't get the advantage on them? What are you saying?
No, so normally if you make 2 attack checks in a turn, you get
Yeah.
disadvantage every time. Like you say, if I make 1 attack check, it's normal. If I make another attack check, it's disadvantage. If I make a 3rd attack check, it's double at disadvantage.
Okay.
But with a dual wield, you actually don't
Mm-hmm.
take disadvantage on your second attack.
Because it's a
So-
different sword that you're attacking with.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I should actually clarify this because I didn't actually think about it until now. Is
Okay.
that a thing in the character creation that you have to take?
Let's see. It looks like it is maybe so fighting style. Maybe it's 2 weapon fighting.
It just says while wielding a light weapon in each hand.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, so that's not something you take then. That's just
No, it doesn't sound like
just
it. Okay.
exists. Okay. So yeah, so then okay.
So it's just
So then it's just double advantage again, I guess.
double
Yeah,
advantage
so
again.
three dice on both attacks.
So that'll be. That's probably not gonna hit. It's gonna be 14. Yes. So 14.
Oh, sorry. 14 does hit.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Which then will be just 5. 5. I would get the effect from blinded again? I'm not sure.
Yeah, because assuming you do extra damage on conditions, he still has
Yeah,
the
it
blinding
just
condition.
should have said that. Yeah.
So
But,
5 points
yeah.
this time,
Yeah.
since it's not
Okay.
A 5.
So
Of
another
course,
3.
rounded up. And so you see, like, as
Oh,
uh,
but I should
buff
also.
as. Good.
Oh yeah, never mind. I'm just not. I forgot. I can also do a debilitating strike and use one of my stamina point as well, which is just on the hit. If it succeeds, I can choose
Right,
an
you
effect to
can-
put on him.
Okay.
Sorry, I was going to do that.
Do you
I
have
forgot
enough
about it.
action points for that?
No, it's a
kinda lost
stamina
count.
point.
It's just an extra stamina point.
Oh,
with
okay. No, you're right.
it.
Yeah, it's not an action point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, then absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, so do the 5 damage and put Hindered, I believe, would be probably the best one.
Okay, just remind me what it does.
Yeah, it's he basically on his next attack he has disadvantage against whoever he's.
Okay.
So even once the blinded.
Yeah,
Hmm?
once the blinded
Well, I
ends,
guess
which
he's
it-
blinded
it-
for he's blinded for
Yeah.
a minute, right?
Yeah, I don't know how he gets rid of the hindered. It doesn't say.
Let's see.
Oh no,
Oh,
the
never mind.
blinded
It's
for
until
me.
no. Sorry, go ahead. It does say. So he'll be hindered until the end of my next turn.
Okay, into your next turn, yes. And
Yeah. So the So yeah, so right now he's blinded for the duration of an hour.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because if they failed, they were still blinded, but only for one round. Because
They
and
were
that was
only
because
blinded for one round. What do you mean?
That
No,
means
no, so-
Raven
so,
was
like-
blinded for one round.
no, she succeeded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Raven succeeded. Gruff
Yeah.
and Buff failed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. They're only blinded for one round.
Okay.
I was reading that wrong for a second.
Okay. So yeah, at the start of their turn, they should be unblinded,
Correct.
Mhm.
right?
But
Okay.
he will still be
He'll have
debilitated.
disadvantage because he's hindered now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Two more.
All right, Dagar,
two
is that
more
the end of your
points.
turn?
I have 2 more points. So, shoot. To be honest, I might actually take. I might actually just take the empowered dodge. Or full dodge. In the
Okay.
anticipation. Because I don't know what else to do right now, so.
No, that's fair. Definitely a good move.
So then that's the end of my turn.
Would
Okay.
he get extra? Would Dagger get extra advantage from flanking?
I don't know. I don't know if flanking is. So no, it's
No.
not extra damage. It's actually a +2 to your attack check.
Oh, well, they succeeded anyway, so.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been the difference in a heavy attack or something.
Yeah.
But I don't
No,
remember what the
yeah,
rolls are.
it wouldn't have been enough
Mm.
to even adding a heavy. It still with raging would only be 3 points. So
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
good question.
All right,
though.
so it is going to move to Gruff, who is also blinded. And so actually being blinded, he is not going to have the same vigor that his brother has. He's actually he's gonna drop back, and you're gonna hear him say, help me, I can't see a thing. And he's gonna kind of start backing until he's just gonna use one action point to back all the way up into here. And as he feels like Raven, he feels like, help me, boss, I can't see. And she's like, shut up. She's trying to focus on probably still killing the Highland since he's came back up. But Gruff will take the empowered dodge action the best that he can. And so he's just gonna hang back, and he's trying to like move around and just not get hit again.
It's embarrassing that Gruff got blinded while wearing his sunglasses at night.
It is.
What
It is
an
ridiculous.
idiot.
He's still upset about it. But Nyland, it is back to you.
Well, I'm going to start by taking the empowered dodge action.
Ooh.
And then, well, second verse, same as the first.
Magic missile.
Magic missile to Raven's face.
She's really not gonna care for you doing this again.
Won't matter if she's dead.
Fair. I'll give you that.
To be fair, that he is right. So,
Boom. 18 plus 5 is 23.
I mean,
Nice.
18 plus 4.
Or 4, excuse me.
22.
22.
So
Hey,
that succeeds.
I was correct
Oh.
with my math, okay?
Yeah.
I just
Math is
had the wrong
hard.
math.
Math is hard.
You can remind me, but I think it's still just a check to see if all 3 of them fire, right? Does anything special happen with it being a higher roll?
Yeah, actually. He creates more
okay,
missiles
yes.
for every 5.
Okay, so that means 2 extra missiles fire, right? Because you rolled 10 higher than, because it's a DC of 10, and you rolled 24. Was that what it was?
22.
22.
Yeah, close enough. 22. So you technically got a brutal
5.
here. So 5 missiles are going to fire out at 1 point of force damage each, and so these 5 just choo 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 choo, and slam into Raven, and she like gets knocked back and kind of stumbles against this and bumps into Gruff, and Gruff freaks out a little bit, like throws his hands in the air, and she's like, "It's me, you idiot!" And you see kind of blood start to come out of her mouth. Oh, and she is angry, the Highland. She is angry.
Well, that was
You
all my
see.
action points, so that ends my turn.
Okay. And so, I mean, really, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. But there is a stare down and a showdown between Raven and the Highland. Now, I know he took a dodge, and she is going to raise up her crossbow, and she's just going to send every attack at him.
Disadvantage.
Does have disadvantage, yes.
On all of them, because I took Empower.
On all of them, that is correct. And so she will. She's going to fire 2 shots, both of them empowered. And so the first one's going to be a straight roll to kind of discount your disadvantage. The next one will be with disadvantage. So, straight roll is going to be. It is going to be a 22 physical damage, and this will be with a. No, it won't be with debilitating strike. Don't have the action points for it. And so that will be 4 points. Oh, 4 points of damage. Okay. You're down again, right? Oh, you're muted,
I was
I
on
think.
my health again.
All
Wait,
right.
hold on.
I
Just
should-
4
I
points?
sh-
No,
I should put a-
I healed him for.
For 4.
For
Oh,
4.
his
He was at
max is
0.
5.
Yeah.
His max.
Yeah,
Is 5.
his max is 5.
By the way, debilitating strike is just with your attack. It's just a stamina point with your attack.
Oh, is it? Okay. So the way that...
Not to be mean to, but just so that we're learning that.
Okay. So if we're learning, you are bleeding again. So at the start of your turn, you will lose 1 HP. Not that it's going to make a big difference. And so she raises up, you pop her, and she immediately swings up as the 5th one hits. She swings up her bow, sends one. This one, like, straight into your neck as you drop back on the ground. And she's like, and stay down. As she is now going to turn her attention up the map, and she is going to, let's see who she's going to love on next. Yeah, so Dagar, who is, pretty big beating on buff now. She's trying to watch out for her big guy, and so she's going to raise up her bow with an empowered strike, which is just a straight roll. Is going to try to strike Dagar. It's gonna be a 13.
Physical?
Physical, yeah.
Meets. So
Beats, okay.
Meets
Beats, absolutely. And so she is going to strike. That will be 2 points of damage. And you will be hindered as she is intentionally put that arrow right in your firing arc.
You empowered that?
Yes.
You empowered the last one too, right? So you used 4.
Yeah, those 4. So I thought you said
You
that it
used
didn't cost
5.
stamina points. Or it didn't cost action points.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
but it costs
yes.
a stamina
But it
point.
costs a stamina
Does
point,
use
which
that.
you already used. Unless she has 2.
How many stamina points does she have? Because it's very low usually.
Yeah, because I only have 1.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
she has 2.
class.
She has 2. That's why I'll have to show you the sheet later afterwards, because the way that it's outlined doesn't give me a ton of information. I think it expects me to know more than I do. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2. So she's used both of her stamina points now. How does she get them back?
Bruce. Hold on.
She gets them
Bruce
back
is gonna, oh, sorry. Bruce is gonna raise his shield.
Okay.
Like throw his shield up to protect Dagar.
Okay.
Whenever she shoots, and so it's an action point. You reduce the damage against a target by an amount equal to your shield's PD bonus, which I'm assuming is what the shield
Physical damage bonus. Yep.
And so because I've got a round shield, it's 2, so it actually
no
blocks.
damage.
So
It would block all the damage. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Now I don't know if the attack still hits, if the hindering attack still hits or not, but I think it just does the damage. It still hits him, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I don't think I've already used both stamina points now, so it wouldn't be able to do the debilitating. So how does a rogue get stamina
You
points
get them back by attacking someone with a status effect on them.
Okay. She put it on him, but she did not attack him. Okay.
Yeah, so you use it to put it on, and then you can get it back by attacking that person with a regular attack.
Now, are you allowed to attack your allies to get that?
It literally just says making an attack against a character with a
status effect.
So that damage is completely blocked as you see this arrow coming in, Dagar, and you just see this shield fly out of nowhere, ting, and block the arrow or the bolt.
I wouldn't even see that if he's still invisible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Does
invisibility stop when you attack, though?
I have no idea, bro. You just tell me I was still invisible, so I'm invisible, man.
Okay, well, I look that up. It's supposed to be to Deacon.
So I have the same. I still take the hindered,
right? No.
No, I don't think he used it.
No, I did not use it because he did not have it.
She's out of stamina points at the moment. She used.
She wouldn't have been actually, because you made a second attack against him the last time you used it, so you would have been at 2 points that turn.
No, because I removed the status.
Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you did.
You removed the status, but didn't she hit him twice to get him down?
Yeah, she hit him twice.
First one was bleeding, and then the second one would have gotten her the stamina point back.
Yeah, because you healed him after.
Yeah, because you healed him once he was all the way down, and then he wasn't bleeding anymore.
Yeah, but you just used 2 specifically on this round.
Yeah, which he can.
Right.
But
I would have had
he used 2. He used 2. He used 1 for each attack. He didn't use it to put a status on. You have to use it to put a status on, right?
But he had 2 points though, so he's at 0 now.
Yeah.
So right. Before putting a status effect on.
No, the debilitating strike. The attack itself, just firing the crossbow, is just an action point. A rogue gets to add on a debilitating strike, which
but you empowered the attack to get advantage as opposed to disadvantage.
Yeah, but an empower is only an action point, not a stamina.
It's basically.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a stamina point.
Yeah, no. Anyone can empower an attack. It's just an extra action point.
I don't think you can empower a debilitating strike because it's actually a different action.
No, I empowered the attack.
Yeah, I know,
crossbow attack.
But it's actually a different attack entirely. It's not a regular attack.
So you have to roll a second attack for a debilitating strike?
So no, you can do that in place of a regular attack. So you can either do an empowered strike or you can do a debilitating strike.
Okay. So yeah, spend 1 action point and 1 stamina point to perform a debilitating strike on a creature using a light weapon. Make an attack check against the target, and it makes a physical save against your save DC. Attack hit, it takes your weapon damage. Save failure until the end of your next turn. It suffers 1 effect of your choice.
So you still got to make the save, though. Did you?
Right. So there is a save associated with it.
There is, yeah.
Okay. So you get to try to save.
To be fair, the bleeding hasn't affected him at all at this point. Even last time he got healed before he ever bled any.
Yeah, I was just reading it. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, wait. That's like it is different, which makes
Oh,
sense because you're doing a different effect as well.
True. You'll still be able to empower it though, because basically what empower does, it just adds gives you advantage on whatever you're trying to do.
Okay.
On like a attack. Let me see. Goodness.
It does say it is an attack check. It just sucks that it's not super clear on is this.
Yeah, and this is like super alpha too. It's alpha 0.4.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where's the empowered thing?
It's on
that's what I'm looking at.
Because I only see 3 words of empowered.
Yes, empowered. So I think that's probably not what it's called then. My bad. It's where you give yourself advantage. You can burn a no, maybe it just calls it gaining advantage. I'm pretty sure in one of the original videos it was called an empowered action. But during combat, when a creature makes a check or save, it can spend 1 action point to gain advantage on its check or save. A creature can do this multiple times, potentially gaining multiple advantage.
Which is an attack check, so yes, you can.
Yeah. So on an attack check, you can. It still comes out exactly the same, just different words.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way, we won't worry about.
Yeah. We just gotta remember now
damage.
that there's
no
a
damage.
Damage is the main point.
And
yes,
future times,
we went all
there's
the way
a save
around that.
on the effect.
What is it?
There is a
yes.
now we know there's a save on the effect.
Yeah. So I will say, since we didn't know there was a save, that he wasn't bleeding in the first place, and so she did not land the hit on a conditioned character, and so she is currently at 0 stamina. And then we'll go to Deacon.
Okay, so he's not bleeding.
Well, yeah. So go ahead and roll a. I don't know. What is it?
For the save?
Yeah. What kind of save is it?
It's your physical DC save. So it's your save DC is what it, I guess.
So probably, I don't know, 12 if she's level 1, unless she's special.
I think it goes against. Let me read this. And it makes a physical save against your save DC. Yeah, so yeah, hers.
So I need to roll a d20 then?
Yeah, roll a d20.
Yeah, roll a d20.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll against a 12.
Nat 1.
Isn't learning fun?
Learning's fun. Okay. All right. So yes, now you are bleeding.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Now, Deacon, it is your turn.
We're gonna do this. I need like 5 versions of the PDF open.
Yeah,
I know. I now have 3 versions of it open.
Do you? Nice.
So I can keep certain things open.
I'm probably gonna do that too. Actually,
That's it though.
Let's not talk about what I'm looking at.
12.
No, when I tried
He's
to
probably got a World of Warsaints game going over here too.
no, that's
Okay.
the other computer.
let's see. I have that many mana points left.
Yeah, so that invisibility potion heals, is that in the PDF or did you just make that up?
No, it's in the PDF.
Where's it at?
Oh no, it's in my PDF.
Oh, right.
For the playtest adventure.
Yep. Because
So it gives you the
doesn't-
unseen ability.
invisibility, the condition doesn't give you any rules as far as when you're not invisible. So there's no.
Right. So it gives you
become
the
invisible.
unseen condition.
Unseen?
Yes, I believe. Let me see.
Unconscious.
Maybe it's not a condition. From understanding, it makes you unseen. And
Okay, I'm going to heal Nihilin.
okay.
And let me see how well I heal.
Okay. DM rolling is I'm going to say upon attack, the invisibility ends. Since that's traditionally how it goes.
I think that's fair.
I just noticed something. Every time you go down, you also gain a point of exhaustion, too.
Also true.
You better just stay down then. Stay down there.
Oh, no, man.
So, Nahilan, you are going to take 4 points of healing. Again. I rolled a 17.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to hold on, sorry.
So to clarify on exhaustion while you're figuring that out, currently you are 2 levels of exhaustion. And so that means you have a penalty equal to 2 on all checks and saves, and your speed and save DC is also reduced by 2. If you hit exhaustion 6, you immediately die.
Yep.
So
Fun times.
fun times. I mean, so far she's been the only one able to do anything, and unfortunately, she really doesn't like Nahilan. And so
We should probably do something about that.
but I feel like Emperor and I end up in this dance a lot.
Yes, we do.
With his characters.
Yeah, you like hitting us hard.
Yeah.
Everyone except Ian for some reason. I don't understand.
Too sneaky.
Yeah.
And I live right. So.
Right, it's got to be it, man.
It's because his dice and your dice are friends, and he's like, no.
Exactly what it is.
It's got to be it.
I rely on the computer. That's my problem.
Dice, bro.
I'm using some like Chess X dice right here. This is what I left my dice at Reborn's house, so.
Okay, so I'm gonna fire a sorry, this is a little weird. I'm going to fire a Sacred Bolt cantrip. Now, what was going on with Buff? What did you...
Oh, Buff is like...
Getting wrecked, bro.
Like, wrecked, yeah. He's very nearly dead. Okay. He's like holding on to like this pillar for dear life as he still can't see, and he's just had the absolute tar beat out of him at this point.
Well, he's not blinded anymore.
Right. Okay. Because back to your turn, and so his vision comes back.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And he lifts his head to see Dagar and Bruce both there.
But he does have the disadvantage on attacks because of your status effect,
he's hindered.
right? Okay.
Yeah, he's hindered.
He's hindered.
Wish you'd exposed him. Because that's what the it does 1 additional holy damage to undead and exposed creatures. So I could, I can do extra damage to exposed creatures. Now that we didn't know what exposed meant before we got to that. So.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like he's streaking or anything.
Right. He is not. He is
it's
not.
still his pants. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bruce, you were before.
After Buff.
Yeah, I'm right after Buff.
Immediately after, yeah.
Right.
It's you and then Buff.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at.
Should be getting close-ish.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
shouldn't have much health
In
left.
theory.
I'm trying to get to. Sorry, I'm multiple things here.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, actions, reactions. Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. I was just checking here. Yeah, I'm gonna fire a buff.
Okay.
And so this
What are you
is
firing?
against his. This is a whatever this is called. Sacred Bolt. It's against his mental.
Okay.
That is
Assuming he's
And
not
I'll-
as smart because he's
right.
big.
Right.
Okay,
that's an
that's fair.
11.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
You were
all
right to assume that.
Yes.
It's almost like his
so
RP was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
right. Was a key there? Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, he takes 1 holy damage.
And you see he gets his vision back and he looks over and he sees Bruce there and he's like, "Oh," and he like lunges forward and you smack him and you just watch as he smacks the ground.
Nice.
Buff is down. He had 1 HP left.
Beautiful.
How do I?
And you hear
I
Gruff, "Buff, what'd you do to my brother?" I forgot his accent. I apologize. It'll come back.
It's okay.
In a minute.
I don't know how you do this, but this is like the 3rd encounter that we've had where I've hit someone to like 1 HP.
That does seem to happen a lot.
Yeah.
He was like super low.
Yeah. Well, and the because it was a mental, there wasn't any like
Yeah.
rage didn't help it. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually cast. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast guidance on Dagar. It is a cantrip.
All right.
You. Let's see. You grant help die. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. So D8 on your next. So
Cool.
okay, and that's the end of my turn. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Okay. And it would be Buff up next, but Buff is down, so he is going to make a death save. I've got to. Pretty sure death saves should work just as normal. But...
Somebody smack him.
No, no.
He's twitching.
He's switching. Yeah.
He's twitching because he's got my axe embedded in his nervous system.
Okay. Alrighty, that will be. Yeah, because I think that when you're on death's door, you go down to 1 action point, which is your death save. So that will be Bruce up next.
Bruce. All right. What are we going to do? what we gonna do? First, we're gonna scroll to our character sheet. There we go.
So if you take 2 movement actions, you could move 8, I'm assuming?
Yes.
I think so.
It's four for every. It's four for
Yeah, but
every ability point.
you normally get disadvantage on repetitive actions, and so I wonder if it's a reduction in the second movement.
Well, you know what? Let's look it up.
I think it said. I think it actually said something about that.
Yeah, I feel like I remember hearing something about it, but it could have just been works like normal.
I think that was like one of the, I remember there was something I read that was like that, where there was like this action doesn't have disadvantage, or like
okay,
reduction. But what page is that again? 28 or something.
Yes,
yes.
29 is actions.
Move. Maybe it wasn't this. Doesn't actually say. If it does, it just says you can spend one action point to move up to 4 space or move 4 spaces. So you just get them for using it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hold on. The example.
Well, it says you can break it up. Like, so you spend it, you get the 4 spaces, and you can move them anywhere in your turn. So you can use like 2, use another action, move another one.
Gotcha.
Use an action.
Yep. Cool.
So as long as basically you have 4 spaces that you can move at any point.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, with that in mind, Bruce, what would you like to do?
So I'll use an action point to move towards Raven. I got 5 movement, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the way over, I'm gonna use another action point to taunt her, and just kind of slapping my hips at her pants that I'm wearing. Say, you see this, Raven? Come on! Come on! Just trying to get her to focus on me as I'm like kind of jogging over towards her. So I'm taunting her. And so she's gonna make a mental save. Wait, make an attack check contested by the target's mental save. Okay, so what does that mean?
So you're gonna make an attack check against
Which is
her mental defense.
I was talking a +4. Her mental save is what it is. Which I don't know what that is. Like, there's a spot for a mental save.
Yeah, the mental save is going to be, so like, for example, it's going to be the same as whatever her highest modifier is. So if she has highest intellect of 3 or charisma of 3 or intellect of 2 or something, so it's going to be whatever that is. So.
All right, but she's going to make a mental save.
Okay.
No, she's got to get an 11.
No, that would be a 9. So.
Oh wow! All right, so she's taunted, which means that her
excuse me,
on attack.
All I see is
she's got disadvantage on attack and spell checks against creatures other than me.
Okay.
For her next attack. So like her next one, she has disadvantage.
Gotcha. All right.
Because I'm not gonna use an additional one to do the big spell, the big taunt.
But that still leaves you, what, 2 action points left?
I've just got 1 because I used a reaction to just say to stop the
stop the bolt.
Dagar. And so with my final action point, I'm gonna go ahead and use my heroic bash punch thing, and make an attack roll against her.
We do all have health potions, by the way. Just
Using
FYI.
stamina.
Oh yeah, very true.
So here's my.
All right, hold on. Before you tell me your result,
You don't want me to roll it yet? I'm just rolling it on the table.
I mean, you can roll. Yeah, you can roll it. Just Gruff is going to try to protect her.
Okay. Well, he's probably gonna succeed.
Are you ready for the result?
Okay, so yes, he is going to try to see which one is kind of best for him. Yeah, so he is going to grant the target. Yeah, so he is going to try to parry, kind of step in and block your blow. Which will give her a +5 bonus to her physical defense.
Yeah, I got 14. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, you actually would have hit, but his parry did block it.
All right, that parry is like OP, bro.
That's nice. Yeah. Okay. So it will be Shadow at this point, and he is he's seen Buff go down. And so he is, let me see what the range is on heal.
It's like 10 or 15.
Is it? Okay, so yeah, he's got range.
Is Raven using a bow or a crossbow?
Crossbow.
Crossbow.
Okay, I'm looking at the crossbow. Doesn't she need to use an AP point to reload it?
Now she's got multiple crossbows attached to her back.
It also depends if it's a minor.
I don't know. Probably, but it's way back.
Yeah. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
We'll say from now on, maybe.
Going forward.
Yeah. Okay, so he is going to cast heal on Buff. Try to get Buff back up. And what's his modifier? This is really close.
I mean, he's going to do it. It's a matter of, is he going to heal for 3 points or 2 points?
Right. That's fair.
Or more than that.
So it's a DC of 10. I don't know what his modifier is. Well, what's your modifier, White Fox? He's a level 1 cleric, so it should be about the same for heal.
I mean, it's my
save, or no?
Just your prime modifier, right?
Yeah.
So it should just be
prime.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be a 9, so it's not.
Well, it's 4, but.
Okay.
Because it's not the prime modifier by itself. It's the prime modifier plus combat, so it's 4.
Combat mastery. So okay, 4. So he succeeds. He's going to heal Buff for 3.
But would Buff would be prone at this point.
Buff is prone, and he's healed. He used 2 action points for that. And...
Well, he's still hindered.
Yes,
no,
true.
He's hindered to the end of my next turn. Yes.
Okay, and at this point. He would cast. I'm guessing Shadow at this point is going to just hit Bruce here with a guiding bolt to kind of draw his attention away from Raven. So he's going to cast a Guiding Bolt, which is going to be a 21. It will be, and that will be against your mental defense, because this is holy damage. What's your mental defense?
So I'm going to wait. Oh, PD is physical defense, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Nothing to do about it. Cool.
Okay.
Hits me. Mental defense is 11. So 21 is a brutal hit.
It is a brutal brutal hit, and so you are going to take 5 points of damage on
Good
that.
Googly moogly.
And the next attack against you has advantage, but that will not come from him. And so that will move on to Dagar.
Okay, seeing as Buff has got up, I'm gonna smack him.
He hasn't got enough.
I was gonna say, 'cause he's got-
woken up.
Or
His rage would be gone as well.
yes.
True.
I'm like, no, you're not getting up. You're staying on the ground. So, there'd be no advantage on that anymore.
Well, hold on,
Well,
you would
he's-
still have
He's
advantage.
prone.
One advantage?
He's prone, so I don't know if that.
Yeah,
gives you
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the status.
Go ahead. While you look that up, I'll be right back. Little man's asking for me.
Y'all's kids should be in bed. Status
I plead the
effects.
fifth.
Like 2 o'clock in the morning for you guys.
Right?
Yep.
It's only 1 for me.
If you're prone, you are hindered. You have disadvantage on attack checks. Ranged attack checks are hindered against you, which, by the way, Emperor, you haven't gotten up yet. You're still prone. So
Roger,
she
roger.
should have... So any more ranged attacks would have had disadvantage against you, by the way.
Okay.
But you are exposed to melee attacks. Crawling...
Oh, so you're exposed, so so there's advantage. If you're exposed, that gives you advantage on the attack, or the person attacking you.
Right.
So I do get advantage then.
Jeff, we were just saying Nihilin had never gotten up, so he technically would have been prone and would have had an extra disadvantage to your ranged attacks.
He didn't.
Just-
He casted magic missile from sitting.
I mean, it
I
says
would've.
you have disadvantage on
Yeah.
attack check, so he would have had a disadvantage too. I'm just saying, well, except for
Okay.
magic missile is an automatic hit. It's a matter of how
Fair.
well the spell
Eh.
does. So
All right. We're
Then-
testing the system. It's okay.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wait, so you could be a spellcaster and just lay on the ground out of melee range and get disadvantage on everything that shot at you.
So
you
you're a
just
literal
fling-
sniper.
You can just fling magic missiles at
So
whoever.
they're like,
That's,
yeah,
that's,
Fury.
that's the
sick,
next
actually.
build. You just lay
That's
down
pretty
and like a
sick,
sniper.
actually.
It's-
Just
The
lay
the,
on.
the,
everything.
sniper,
Instead
sniper
yeah.
build.
Yeah.
of drunken master, it's sleeping wizard.
Yeah, like it.
Or sleeping
Um,
sorcerer.
Yes.
So that first attack 13.
On Dagar?
No, against against.
Or
against
no,
Buff.
you're Dagar. You're attacking Buff. I mean,
Was that with advantage? Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
also gave you a help action. You have a D8 to add.
Oh
to that.
yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to add that.
This one. Yes. So 22 then.
Yes.
Yeah, that does the trick.
See?
And
I
that
told
is
you.
a heavy attack.
Wait, sorry, that's the wrong dice. So I had to re-roll that. Let me
I was
just.
that's
Was
not
that a
like a
D10?
dice you rolled there.
It wasn't, but it was too many. Here's my
Oh.
D8. Accidentally rolled a
D10.
D10.
Yeah.
Square like one.
Of course, the D8 rolls a 1 instead. So, only a 14.
14 meets it.
And he is exposed. So does that mean that
He
you
is
do extra
exposed.
damage?
Yes, and he's hindered, which is actually one better.
He is hindered, so you should be doing more damage.
So then I do. Where is it? 2 plus 2, so 4, and he's not raging. So.
So 4 straight damage. So he is
Yep.
immediately down again, actually with -1.
And because I'm a vindictive rogue, and I am sick and tired of this guy getting out, because I was just like, no, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
So he's like
He's technically unconscious.
all the things now. Yeah, he's.
If I do hit him, I hit him like a truck.
Yes.
So now you have.
They're considered.
okay.
It's a critical hit. It's a critical hit.
What? Because he's
If you-
unconscious?
Because he's unconscious. Yeah.
Wait.
You are If you're unconscious, you're no longer aware, and you're prone. You are also paralyzed. Attack checks made from within one space that hit you are considered critical hits. You're also stunned. You're exposed, and you're incapacitated.
All right.
Okay.
So you are gonna finish off Buff.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna take. I'm assuming critical hits just max damage plus whatever you do. Else you do.
So yeah. I mean, it'll be way more damage than you need.
Yeah, because
It'll be
I
your regular damage plus 2 more.
Plus 5 because I have an additional 5
and
damage.
plus 1 for him having a condition. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever the weapon damage is, plus 5.
Well, because I get sorry, so he's taking like 10 damage or something.
Yeah.
Because
Really unnecessary. 2 more would have done the trick. So
Like flourish the blade.
Yeah.
pretty
So-
much.
so-
Just like, it's like no, you're not getting up this time.
all right. So
And
Dagar,
to
how do you
demoralize
do
the
this?
rest of them? So yeah, like it's just like he's down, just like do this quick like flourish with the blade, spin around, just like drive it down, basically chop his head off.
Yeah.
I'm just like no.
Okay.
Like this is what you get for dealing with us, or
Right.
No.
Okay. And so yeah, so he did.
All right.
So that would be 2. So then what I will do now is I am going to use 1 point to move my 4 spaces to here.
Yes.
And then I'm going to take my other point to do a dodge.
Okay. So you came down and dodged.
Yep. So that's my 4 points.
Okay.
You already
Alright,
got
so-
disadvantage, man. Come on.
Gruff looks at you and he says, "This is my brother," and he's gonna run over and begin to just fight with you, Dagar. He's officially
Okay.
not blind now.
Yeah.
Uh,
We can fix that.
Hold on.
Yeah,
If
sure.
he's moving from that space over there, does Bruce get? And the way that you moved him, he left. Does he get attack of opportunity?
no, he is right here, wasn't he? He was behind Raven.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sorry. I
right
thought he
here.
was up next to. Yeah,
He
I
was
thought
next
he
to
was
him,
up
yeah.
next to him.
And so he's going to run over, and he has. Honestly, it's not clear here. Hold on.
One action point for moving.
Oh yeah, and I get my status point back.
An action point
Or
for
my
moving.
stamina point.
Okay, he has a meteor hammer in his hands as he rushes over, and he is going to just swing everything he has. And so he's actually not going to give himself advantage. He's just going to.
He just gets disadvantage.
Yeah. So the first attack will just be normal.
With disadvantage.
Wait, yeah, because I took the dodge action.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So, that one's probably not going to hit. No, that one's not going to hit anyway. So that's going to be a 7 as he's just ferociously swinging this,
No.
really kind of losing any of the skill that he had with it. This one is with, oh my gosh, triple disadvantage, and the lowest he rolled it ended up being a 17.
Yeah, that does.
It was a 13 on the die. Okay.
It's just regular.
Literally, yeah. He rolled a 17, an 18, and then a 13. After rolling back-to-back under 5s. Okay, so with that one, he is.
I'll parry that for him.
Okay, you're gonna parry.
I'll use a reaction to parry that for him since I'm next to him. So
Okay,
he'll get a plus 5 to his PD.
Okay, does that save you from it? Put you above 17?
Yes.
Okay, and so yeah, you swing over and you block it, and so a Gruff who's like kind of screaming now is going to swing again, and he's going to just miss as this hit just kind of falls to the ground. And at this point, Raven is going to reach out her hand and put her hand against Gruff. And she's going to kind of softly say, as she kind of looks out to you two, crossbow still in her other arm, she's going to say, I believe this is enough. You take the reward and let us bury our dead. And for out-of-game context, this is a playtest and the combat's going really long. It's up to you guys if you want to end it, but Raven is willing to retreat at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, like someone has died.
Yeah,
That was,
so
that was the goal. Demoralize the enemy.
Yeah, it is went further than she had intended for.
They're gonna come after us now, though. She killed Buff.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were trying to kill us. They almost killed Nihilian twice.
Well, there was like a certain thing between them.
You tried to kill us.
And she's going to say, I did not try to kill you. I tried to kill him.
Literally said.
Literally opening comments. Kill them, take the...
Kill them all. Take the
Mutual.
She said, she's going to... I did say that. But all we wanted was the contract. But you have established yourselves as the greater threat.
That's true. Now everybody take your pants off. They belong to us. Your pants belong to us.
I say, Bruce, there's no need for that.
My bad.
We've embarrassed them enough.
She'll say, we promise to never return. To never return. You won't see us again.
Something tells me I don't
And
want
Wildfink.
that.
And she's gonna set her crossbow down, but she's gonna look at you, Nahalan, and she's gonna say, I never want to see you again.
The feeling's mutual.
Whoa. Brutal.
Actually, I take that back. The next time.
Nylan, you need to take a drink. You're a little too hoarse in the throat.
Awesome. That's because he took arrows to the throat.
He did take an arrow to the throat.
You say that, and she's gonna be like, but I love that raspiness. No.
Oh,
it's too painful.
Whoa.
All right.
And she does. She puts her crossbow down and she backs up, and she says, "We surrender."
I mean, they did just get rushed by a barbarian and a rogue too. So
yeah. No, they're not in a position to. Like, I mean, Shadow's probably back here. Like, nah, we can keep fighting. But Raven's like, no, I'm good. I'm done.
The rogue just
too much.
lopped off their barbarian's head.
Like, it's too much. It's like a 15 gold contract. Not worth it.
I mean, hey, if it came to it, I was about to wade in with my flail and my shield. So.
Yeah.
Well, and I was, yes, I was staying prone on the ground, but I was preparing a few tricks too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it is already, getting pretty late. So, at this point, assuming you guys allow it,
we'll allow them to allow you to leave.
Yeah.
Okay. Raven and Gruff and Shadow will depart with the promise that they will come back to Barry Buff after you all have departed the area.
We'll take our caged beast and be on our way.
Okay. All right, and absolutely. So as you you go and you secure the cage, and in the midst of all this, yeah,
just for flavor, I want to basically go over and like just kind of neatly clean the body and stuff, just to like tidy it up a bit for them.
Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you. Okay. Yeah. So you go and you kind of tidy up Buff. You know, he's there. He looks, you know, relatively happy. As he's laying there and
covered with a sheet.
He's still hugging. He's still hugging the pillow.
He still has the pillow in his arms.
He cracked it off. He cracked it off.
Like a big teddy bear, right?
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Never stood a chance.
He had a rough go, man. Rough go. Yeah, and so you guys are left alone with your the Oryx. Is that what we called it? With your Oryx.
Yes.
And
Oryx.
you pick it up, and as you begin to walk out, almost on cue, the wagon arrives. The wagon from the Bloodsworn pulls up, and it's the same gentleman as before. He walks and he sees most of you guys are okay. Nyland is a little bloody. He says, "Well, it looks like you lads had a rough go, did you?"
There was a scuffle, but we made it through.
I hope you tell me all about it on our way back. Got a few hours to kill. And you all turn.
Bruce is going to take a nap. He's got a headache.
Fair enough.
Too much mental damage.
That's true. And you all get in and ride on back. You turn the Oryx in. Eugene is not working there. They have replaced the table, Bruce. They've put another table out there, and there is a pretty kind of scrawny, red greasy-haired Reaper there at this point. And as you walk up with the Oryx, he looks at you and he says, "Aye, yeah, the grip went after the Oryx. Throw it right up here on the table, please." And he looks at you, Bruce. He says, "And you, stay away from the table. I built that last one with my own hands."
It was... I had to hit it extra strong to break it.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, it was a good table.
It was a great table, yeah.
It was.
Yes. Now it's in like 15 pieces.
Wow. He said, "Show you what we could do," so I showed him what I could do.
Did it ever occur to you to maybe use the dummies that are made to be hit and destroyed?
No, because they're made to be hit and destroyed. I needed something of fine craftsmanship that was sturdy enough, that was not made to be hit and destroyed. To destroy, to show you.
We will not do that again. I believe the point has been made.
That was not IKEA stuff, sir. That was finely made.
It was. It's very finely made. You're correct.
Yes.
Hold on that.
Its parts can be repurposed for other furniture.
I didn't want to tell Eugene this, but it really hurt my hand when I punched it. Like,
I bet it did.
really
Yeah,
hurt.
it was.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was strong wood. It took a lot to saw through
the
that.
contract, if you would, please, sir.
Oh yes, the contract. Yeah, sure thing. He takes it from you and he says, "Hey, it all looks good. There you go." And he hands it back to you and he says, "Well, just take it over to Margie over there and she'll get you paid up."
Okay.
All right.
Take it. Turn.
I really
Go
just
to
give out
Margie.
the contracts.
Middle
And he does take the Oryx and he's going to, take it wherever the beast is supposed to go.
I'm assuming some high-dollar restaurant wanted it for a special they're running this week. So
Did you read the description you guys wrote about it?
I did. Have you been to any high-dollar restaurants lately?
Well, come
That's
on,
fair.
we all know
Listen.
what's really going to happen. It's
Pufferfish.
going to somehow end up back at
Yeah.
Nyland's place as a wall decoration.
Yeah, probably. Okay. And so you all walk up to Margie, and she's kind of up behind a desk. You've been given the ticket. Now he did stamp the ticket with the official Bloodsworn stamp, and so as you bring it back and turn it in, it's just, hey, sweetie, what can we do for you?
Yes, we've completed this contract, and we're looking to get our.
Well, y'all some
reward
big
for
old
it.
fellas, aren't you?
That we
Okay,
are, that
sure.
we are.
Sure can. All right.
Lots of blood.
She takes it.
Lots of blood.
And she takes it, and she says, "Yeah, that one looks a little rough, but I probably looked like that beforehand." Pointing to Highland, who it was pretty rough already. Says, "Sure thing. Let me see what I can do here." She takes it and she reaches in and she grabs 4 pouches out and she hands them each to you, and each one of you gets 15 gold. So,
Dick.
and that is the end of our playtest of DC20.
Awesome.
That adventure was called The Hunted.
Very good, very
Love it.
good.
Yeah.
Love it.
And if you are checking this out on
Mhm.
YouTube, be sure to check out our review on the RPG Rundown podcast. Link in the show notes. So.
And so make sure you guys check that out. This was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot to learn overall. I enjoyed the system,
So
but we'll dive
much to
deeper into that
learn.
in the podcast.
We
Oh, man,
need
so
to
much.
rerun stuff, like do a second playthrough once we know what we're doing, because otherwise
yeah.
I feel like
And
this would
there's-
be way faster than D&D. Like I feel like
The-
combat would
See,
flow a lot faster.
I agree. I think that combat would feel a lot faster if we weren't having to look up so much.
Yeah,
but
no, that's what I'm saying is now, like once we understand stuff, like
Mhm.
run it again.
I think the best test would be to do a short, like 3 or 4 part mini adventure campaign, because then by the time you're like 3 in, you actually know your character and you kind of know how all the stuff works.
And I think that may be the goal for some of these that we really enjoy.
Yeah, I definitely
especially
think so.
especially like with this one. This was like the alpha, 0.4.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
This is
whole
the
bunch of
first
stuff
release.
missing.
Yeah, like
So-
there's no subclasses, no races, no
Yeah.
backgrounds.
So
There's
I
much
think
to add.
we
Oh,
we
yeah.
could
All
definitely
that's coming,
swing
but yeah.
around. We could definitely swing back around when this is like released fully.
Right.
And
And maybe
'Cause
do
I
like
know-
a 3-part or something.
yeah, I think 3-part
Yeah.
would be awesome. So
Yeah, I
that
think that'd be great.
that'll have to be in addition to our play tests.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
anyway, guys, that was fun.
Thank,
I'm glad
thank you
everyone's
guys
here.
for running it with us as well. Jeff, thanks for DMing.
Yeah, no
that was
problem.
awesome.
Blessed.
I really enjoyed it. I thought that it was fantastic. I liked all the systems that we did. Even though we had to like kind of hunt and find things, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you're right. I think that once knowing it, I think it will flow more smoothly. So.
Oh yeah, I think it'll. I agree. I think it'll flow really smooth. And then I can't wait to see some of the we already got to see a little taste of like the reactions, and then also seeing like spell duels come in, and just kind of these extra like little, like even just using maneuvers and tactics and stuff like that. I think once you get a group that's played together a couple times, I think that the strategy and stuff that goes into it would be really neat.
It's a lot more tactical than D&D. Like D&D a lot of times feels like you're on, like once a combat starts, really you're kind of on rails. It's like the ranger's going to shoot his bow, the magic caster's going to cast, and like there's 1 of 2 options, right? Either it hits or it doesn't.
Well, and
Right.
the reactions and maneuvers and stuff like that make a big difference. And then also,
maneuvers.
I like the spell duel because it's kind of like a reaction that a spellcaster can have.
Yeah.
I think the big
that's
thing
awesome.
is at level 1. I mean, like being limited to 6 mana points.
True.
It made me really hesitant to try to enter that because I did have to use a mana point for it.
Right.
And so I think if
That is the downfall. Yeah.
I think maybe if I was 2nd or 3rd level, I think I would probably definitely do
that'll be
it
the goal.
at least once in a fight. So
When we do the next playtest, maybe when it's actually at beta stage or something, maybe we'll do it at like 3rd level. That's usually a good starting point in D&Ds. We can see what this is like.
Awesome.
Maybe this is just my rolling, but it
Mhm.
also seemed like this was a little more penalizing to people that rolled bad than D&D is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
to an extent. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I don't know. The stacking advantage and disadvantage is probably the only thing I don't love. But I see the necessity of it too, though.
I mean, coming from like the Star Wars RPG, the Fantasy Flight RPG systems, it kind of, I don't know. I think I like it. I think it's a matter of us also knowing what gives advantage and disadvantage. Again,
Yeah.
I think it would go a lot faster when we're like, oh, they're exposed. That means advantage.
Right.
Or, oh, they are
Yeah,
hindered.
yeah.
That means disadvantage. And so knowing just those few things, I think it would be like a lot easier to just be like, okay, 2 advantage, 1 disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know, rolling it. Here it is.
And that really wasn't difficult to figure out on the fly. So I
No.
imagine, yeah, absolutely. Once you get used to it,
Yeah.
there'll be very little thinking
And I
about it.
think-
It's just that is a different mechanic.
And I think it's a
some of
difference in
those
rewarding.
to get away from the stacking, they could easily just do a plus or a minus to some of those, right? Like instead of it being a stack, you just add
Yeah.
a
Right.
plus 5 or a minus or whatever.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I think it's one of those things that I don't like about 5e, which is why they're doing it in DC20, is that in 5e, like, sometimes things happen where you would have, like, triple
Yeah.
advantage. Like, if somebody cast guidance and they were knocked prone and something else, and then all of a sudden you still only get 1 advantage.
You only get the 1, yeah.
When you know.
Right.
So I think that's kind of why.
I feel like
So-
this game would be very hard to GM if you had, like, now that we know how to play, like, just being totally honest, now that we know how to play, if we played it correctly and we played it tactically right, there's no reason we should ever take very much damage at all with all of the reaction abilities we have, like, to be
Right.
able to
Well,
protect
I think
each
the
other, protect
I think
yourself.
though, like I think you're right in part. I think yes, we could take all those reactions and stuff, but then
The DM
you
can
know,
also do that.
the DM can also
the
do that
DM has
first of
all
all.
that.
But then
You
not
get
only
kind of stuck
that,
if you're too defensive, then you won't be dealing any damage.
well,
too.
right, not only that, but then also too, if we burn through all of our resources early, you know, like if I had done a spell duel, that would have been a mana point, you know,
Yeah.
just to do it.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I would have had, you know, 2 mana points left, which you know, again, I was having to heal somebody almost every turn. Now I thought it was awesome that I could heal somebody and do a guidance, which is a cantrip for, you know, one thing, and then also do a cantrip attacking, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was having to heal, you know, because after that I wouldn't be able to heal anymore, you know, without a potion.
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
so.
I know. I get what you're saying there, but us, like, you know, they'll in D&D, you know, for healers in D&D, it's better to prevent damage than it is to heal damage, right? Like, it's
Right. But that's, I think, the difference between this one and the others. So, like, for example, I didn't get hit with anything. But because I'm in heavy armor, I have a 1 defense reduction or damage reduction. So, like, every attack, unless it is heavy or brutal, or maybe just brutal, gets reduced by 1. You know, so there's more. Moving past level 1, there's more reduction that can happen. But I mean, again, I think that there's enough ways that both the DM and we could reduce or whatever.
Yeah,
because I also
actually I just sent in Discord the little bits of information I had, which that was for Raven, her stuff, and it was, I don't know, for me that was hard to understand exactly what it meant. I
Mm.
probably should have looked into the individual classes ahead of time.
It
Um,
sounds like a
because
subclass.
yeah, do you see
Almost.
kind of the information that's there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, she still had like she has all 4 actions. She has the debility, so she has like all the same things, and they have all the same things that you guys have, and so there is definitely a way to make it pretty strategic, and stuff. I was gonna say too, Emperor, in like how it's punishing to if you roll poorly. There's always the opportunity too to use 2 action points to give yourself advantage too if you've just been rolling poorly. I swear, I thought that was called an empowered action. I feel like he said that in a video, but in this, I think it was just called advantage.
I think it is called empowered on a bunch of other things.
Yeah, I thought it was called an empowered action. Was like gives yourself advantage, but
I'm sure he
like I heard
may have
that
said
somewhere.
that at some point way early
Mhm.
when he was talking
Yes.
about it in conceptual speak. But
Right.
in this, it's not. So
Yeah.
at least
Who put this together? Who did
So
it?
a
the dungeon
YouTuber called
coach.
Dungeon Coach, and then he
Dungeon
has
Coach.
basically he and as a group of people have written a whole bunch of 5e supplements,
Mhm.
and after that have basically gone through and kind of created their own system.
Yeah.
And there are some people that are calling it like D&D 6e. It's getting very
Yeah,
very high
it's pretty popular.
praise, and it's
Mhm.
getting very a lot of exposure right now, which is great because I think that it could be, because that's the thing that he talks about too, like the whole action point economy is
Mhm.
straight out of Pathfinder. I mean,
Pathfinder,
as an inspiration. So
So, do you guys know the guys at One Shot Questers? The YouTube channel One Shot Questers.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
Okay, they're actually about to start a DC20 campaign.
Yep.
There's already there's another channel that has a campaign going, which
I'm
theirs
gonna
has been pretty
go.
cool. They've had.
I need to go back and watch the one shot that they just did too for DC20. So
Oh, you see, I'm like 3 hours in. I think I have like an hour left. That one, it's really entertaining. Of course, it has like some of my favorite D&D YouTubers in it. And so whenever it came out, I was like, oh, this is amazing. One, I've always wanted to watch Coach DM. Like, there's a lot of D&D YouTubers that I really want to watch how they actually DM. Like, I watch videos from them, but I'm like, no, I want to see you do it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody ends up watching like the same DMs, but I kind of want to watch the guys that I don't know that are like old school DMs and like people that do it differently. That's not actors, but they just have a good time.
yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, guys, for
Yep.
joining us. And I think that we will go ahead and cut the recording here. Be
Mhm.
sure to follow us on all the places. Do search for the RPG Rundown, and then again look for we're gonna have one more episode before we go on a Christmas break, and we'll do our review of this experience. So look for that.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be awesome.
awesome. Well, thank you guys.
See you in the next
and
one.
see you next time.